Hey everybody, welcome back to My Black Friends, where you get two black friends for the price of one. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Steve.
And we're back. You're back with your black friends.
Yeah, we're back, guys. Today's going to be a pretty fun episode. We got a guest in the studio. Nick, would you want to go ahead and give us a brief introduction of yourself, and we'll get into it.
Hey, man, this is Nick Jackson right now.
Yeah, the crowd's interrupting you.
Yeah, they love it.
But no, it's all good, yes. But no, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me. Enjoy it. I'm about to enjoy this time.
All right. Well, go ahead if you want to, Nick. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Maybe where you grew up, any just information you want people to know about you.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, originally I'm from Oakland, California, so I'm a California native.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Oakland, California, born and raised. Oakland Raiders fan, Warriors fan, and an athletics fan.
I got a question. So
Yes,
if they would say everything's bigger in Texas or whatever, however that phrase goes, what would be your California one? It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to rhyme or make
No, I
sense.
got you. I think depending on what part of California, if you're talking about Northern California or Southern California, that's the question.
Let's say your hometown.
My hometown, I would say everything.
Everyone's high, maybe.
Everyone's
not
high in
everybody. No,
Texas?
Actually, no. Not everybody's high in California, especially Northern California. But everybody's cool. Everybody's chill. Everybody laid back.
Okay.
Everyone's chilling, Cali.
Everybody's chill, yeah.
Okay. I believe it. I mean, that kind of gives me that brings back surfer culture.
Yeah.
that's
Everyone's
Southern.
chill.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's
Southern Cal.
cool.
Everyone's
Yeah.
cool.
Actually, you know what? What does everyone have an idea of a stereotype they used to believe about California?
I said it already. I think I used to think
Yeah.
everyone was just smoking weed. But
Okay.
everybody was high all the time.
Understandable, because
And
got
I
all the
was
music.
jealous at a point.
Yeah. Mine would be more about the kind of surfer culture where everyone's I just imagine California is just like a big beach. The whole thing is just like a huge beach. Everyone's just basically wearing shark tooth necklaces and growing their hair out.
Puka shells.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a puka shell necklace?
I have never had a puka shell. Like I said, y'all talk about Southern Cal. Y'all not talking about Northern Cal.
Okay, so you're Northern Cal.
Yeah, I'm Northern Cal. Northern
Northern
Cal a
Cali.
little bit different. They might as well be two different states.
So if I told you to hang 10, what would you do?
I wouldn't even know what you mean by that. To be honest. That's Southern Cal and Hawaii.
Okay.
That's not Northern Cal.
Got
Northern Cal, like I said, we chill laid back. Everybody get along, especially in Oakland, California. It's a melting pot. Everybody get along.
I think you can kind of gauge how cool people are going to be based on the weather. Because in Northern California, I assume it's a little colder, right?
It can be.
If you have to deal with cold at any point in your life, I feel like that just strengthens you. It makes you a better person.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I came out here,
Yeah. Yeah, you're in your developmental phase.
He's in his
You're
training
I need
arc right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, hyperbaric time chamber. Just getting ready.
But for those who don't know, which I don't know how you would, me and Nick, we actually used to work together, and Nick has left to basically pursue his own ventures and entrepreneurship, and he's started his own business. And so, Nick, if you would, can you go ahead and kind of tell us about what your business is and, kind of what got you to do it?
Oh, definitely. So basically, yes, my business is an apparel merchandising company. It's called Fear God, Not Man. It's basically a faith-based brand that is built on biblical principles and biblical values. Thank you.
There you go.
Appreciate that. But yes, it is definitely something that has been in the works for quite some time. Unfortunately, it took me a little bit longer than anticipated, but it's all in due time.
Gotcha. Roughly how long ago is it that you had the idea and then started the steps to get this into being a real thing?
So it started probably, I would say, late 2022, early 2023.
Okay.
So yeah, it definitely started then. The grassroots mode of first figuring out what the name would be, what I wanted the brand to look like, and things of that nature. But it's definitely something that the Lord has given me to work with, and so I decided to run with it. It just, like I said, it took me a couple years to get it off the ground because I was working at Verizon and everything like that. So yeah, now I had the time and I was able to fully go into it. But even while I was working, I was still able to do baby steps to get it going.
So I have a question. This question wasn't necessarily prepared, but based on what you just said, I consider my company to be faith-inspired, but not faith-based. What was it that caused you to bring your faith at that level into your business, where it's effectively the core of the business? I've been trying, but I don't necessarily know how to do it. So I guess some advice or maybe some inspiration might help.
So basically, one of the biggest things for me is faith's got to be one of the biggest things in your life, essentially. Yeah. If it's one of the biggest things in your life and you love God the way that you claim to love him and things like that, you will have no problem incorporating him into the business. The point is, whether you say faith inspired, that's great, but everybody could be inspired by faith. It's about standing on what you believe.
Yeah.
Basically, 10 toes down for the Bible, essentially, or 10 toes down for the Lord, and making sure that you're doing exactly what you believe that he wants you to do. But yeah, it's basically not being fearful of any judgment or not being fearful of anybody who goes against you or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, like my brand is fearing God, not man.
Okay.
So I have more fear and reverence for God versus man. Essentially, that's really what it boils down to. And that's when I was starting to get this whole idea and everything like that. That's when the Lord just dropped it in on me, and I was just like, okay, this is something that I want to do, because at the end of the day, that's the one that we need to be focused on the most. At the end of the day, is God, not anything else that anybody's got going on, not anything, none of that, none of the stuff that this world has to deal with or anything like that. Not to say it's not important, but we have to remember whom it is that we need to fear the most or revere, because a lot of people don't like the fear word. I'll be honest, a lot of people don't like that word, even though it's just a misunderstanding of what that word means.
I agree.
But nothing wrong with acknowledging God, and even though this business is for profit, and I let people know that all the time, it is for profit, but it is going to stand on biblical values. And one of the things that stood out to me was we have so many different brands out here that don't necessarily stand for biblical values, don't necessarily stand for certain people's beliefs and things like that, which is fine. You know, we live in America, you can do whatever you want to do. But when it comes down to people that are believers or people that are on the fence or whatever, this is a brand that you can actually believe in. This is a brand that you actually can be like, you know what? I want to actually do this. I actually want to actually give my life to the Lord. I actually want to go ahead and do something for the God. And I actually want to be able to let people know that this is what I stand for.
Do you see your business as a form of ministry?
Generally, it more than likely will end up being, which I have no problem with.
Okay.
So yes, I definitely could see it as a form of ministry, because, like I said, with this, when this idea came to me, essentially, it was one of those things that the Lord just dropped in my spirit, and it just kept coming and kept coming. It was like, okay, so this is more than likely going to eventually be bigger as far as a ministry standpoint, and I have no problem with that, because at the end of the day, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to spread the word. We're supposed to be able to draw people, basically plant the seeds so that people could get to know God, plant the seeds so people get to know Jesus and everything like that. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And if this is what helps people to do that, great.
Nice. I think it's very respectable. Like I said, the way pretty much you've gone about trying to help spread your message, spread the word of God. I think anyone can look at that and think that's like a wonderful, genuinely altruistic venture to go down. It actually kind of relates to a video that I had prepared. It basically is like basically spreading the word and trying to, like you said, build the message of, you want to fear God, but not fear man. And that being connected to the idea of, you want to basically have a level of reverence for your creator. At least get off of that.
What are you doing?
Yeah, do you want?
At least he's just playing obscenities on the TV.
Yeah.
It's the first one.
Yeah, the first one. You want to have reverence for your belief system. But in some aspects, I think that there is a right way to do it, and then there's sometimes a wrong way to do it. And I think this lady might be a good example of maybe the way not to go about it.
That's the transition. Okay.
Yes, sir.
There it is.
So check it out.
Let's take a look at this.
I'm just trying to help you.
I'm sorry, but I don't need your help.
Yes, you do. You do. You do need my help, sir. Can't you see that?
Could you please just let me check out my groceries?
I'm trying to help you.
Wow, this is...
You got to ask Jesus Christ.
I
We're all
don't have
sinners.
to do anything.
We're all sinners.
Okay.
He's not going to force you to do it.
You're sinning right now.
No, I'm not. You accuser. Get the out of here, you accuser. You accuser. Get the out of here. You mother accuser. Accuser of the brethren, you mother.
Jesus.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go.
I was saying that word.
Yeah. She clearly started crashing out at the end.
Yeah, no, she belongs in a psych ward.
Yeah.
Yes, that is definitely not the way to go about it whatsoever.
Yeah, there's a right way and a wrong way to evangelize. That was pretty much like textbook the wrong way, I think.
That's not even textbook the wrong way. That's just like you wasn't even moving in the spirit, in the Holy Spirit whatsoever. You was just doing it just to do it. And the simple fact that she just kept dropping all the F-bombs, everything. It's just crazy, because the unfortunate part is she might have thought that she was actually doing something, but in actuality, she was actually repelling him from the faith, which is definitely something that you're not wanting to do, or you should not do. And she is more than likely, if she is a true believer, she is very new to the thing, which that's fine. But there's a certain level of maturity that you have to have in order for you to actually just start evangelizing, especially in public places like that.
You know what it gives to me? Goes to church, doesn't read the Bible, probably.
100%.
Goes to church, doesn't read the Bible, has never finished the Gospels, not even one, maybe one at most.
Probably, maybe, but generally, a lot of those people tend to. Well, that's not even just her. There's a lot of people, fortunately, in church, they don't read anymore. They just sit,
listen to the sermon,
listen to what the preacher says, and that's it. But they're not feeding themselves at home with the word, and that's one of the biggest things you need to be doing. You need to actually be in the word every single day, so that way you can actually continue to feed yourself. Because it does say man cannot live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. So you definitely need to make sure you're feeding yourself, because that type of mentality that you have, that you're definitely going to probably be in trouble later on when it's all said and done, especially if you don't repent for that. Yep. Because what people fail to realize when you're evangelizing or when you're talking to people, their blood is on your hands at that point. When you're talking to people and you repel them and turn them off from God, you will have to answer for that, because you have to answer for every single thing that you do. You're going to have to answer for that, because that was not a great representation of who Jesus was or who Jesus is.
Yeah.
Yes, Jesus is about love. Granted, yes, he is about love. He is about grace. He's about all of that stuff, but he's also a just God, and he's also a righteous God, and he's also a holy God. So we also got to remember, when you're revering God, you're never going to go to the front of God and start cussing and swearing up a storm like that. Nobody will ever do that. You're going to automatically be just like all the prophets and everything. You're going to fall on your face and be like, oh, I am unclean. I am unworthy to be in your presence, let alone talking and cussing people out like that. That's not okay.
Yeah.
That's never been okay. Unfortunately, we just live in a world today where everybody thinks that's okay.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's like anything where it's like if you're representing, like, let's say even your family out in public, it's like you're going to stand as the representation for that message and for that thing that you're, speaking about. Yeah. So in a sense, if she's supposed to be out here, speaking for and representing God, but that's how she's like going about it, and in a way making herself seem foolish, you're misrepresenting, you're misrepresenting God himself, and in effect causing people, like I said, you can cause that person to basically get further away from God because of your direct actions. And like you said, a person should have to answer for that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, that direct action is definitely something that could affect people's belief in their walk. And then what it does is it makes you like a hypocrite, one. And then on top of that, it just continues to paint a bad light for true believers and people who actually follow God and everything like that.
And I think that's apparent. That's visible in a lot of different areas, more than just a crazy person at a Walmart.
Oh, 100%.
There's a lot of people that, because my pastor, he always says, like, the devil's trying to steal your witness.
Yeah.
He's trying to take your witness and manipulate it so that it has no value.
Yeah.
So her witness is a crazy person in a Walmart now.
Unfortunately, yeah. And that's going viral, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the enemy can use anything. Even people in the church could be messed up.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like we have to remember to differentiate Jesus from people, because everybody, she is right about one thing. Everybody's a sinner. Everybody's sin. That is completely correct. But you need to be set apart and be set aside is different. You need to be holy because our God is holy. That's exactly what he calls it. He calls us to be set apart and be different.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what we need to be doing, is setting ourselves apart. Even though you're going to fall, you're going to mess up, nobody's saying that you cannot mess up. I'm not saying that at all. Everybody's going to mess up. But the issue that people have is that sometimes they mess up, they stay down. They stay messing around in that sin. They stay messing around doing other things that they probably should not be doing. But that's where you're going to get in trouble with God. It's not if you mess up and then you're like, okay, I fully am repenting. I'm turning away from this sin. I truly want to actually seek you, and I truly want to actually go that route and go with you. But I just need, obviously, more help.
One thing that I truly believe, and then I have a question after this to get into, but basically, God's not going to force anyone to repent, 100%. Is my understanding. Yeah. So if you do know God, you will repent naturally. Is what I believe.
So yes, generally, yeah, I agree with that notion. Generally, yes, if you actually allow God to come in and touch your heart, yes,
exactly. That's what I mean. Like if you actually have a relationship with God,
exactly,
then repentance sort of is just a given.
Yeah, it's a given, because when
maybe not instant, maybe not immediate.
No, it's not instant. It's not immediate. Well, In some cases, 'cause I've known people that actually immediately, but yes, everybody's different in that regard.
Yeah.
But yes, but it is definitely one of those things that when the Lord pricks your heart,
You get
you
convicted.
you just naturally want to because you realize, oh, first off, you actually realize that God actually loves you. He's not just this distant God that just judge everybody, because that's not exactly what he's about. But he will judge when he has to, because he is a righteous and just God.
Yeah.
He doesn't just sweep sin under the rug either, because somebody has to pay for that regardless. Because you got to remember, sin is so detrimental to God that, or so hideous to God that he literally said the penalty of sin is what? Death.
Death.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that's how like hideous sin is to God. So it's not something simple. And remember, Jesus had to die just so that we could have remission of this sin.
Yeah. Sorry, I have another question.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And then I guess Zoe has a question.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because what you were saying earlier, with a person would feel a compulsion to like want to ask for forgiveness from God. I think a lot of that ties to a person's like grounded, like what's their base level morality. Because I think a person's morals or like their ingrained ethics is gonna be what's gonna determine if they have that like compulsion or that like internal responsibility to do the right thing. And I was just gonna say, I actually have a video that kind of goes into that a little bit later. Basically just talking about like morality and like what, and pretty much kind of defining what it is. What is it that makes a person want to do the right thing. But before that, you can go ahead and ask what you're gonna ask.
I had two questions. One was, what's your preferred translation of the Bible?
So my preferred translation, well, I have a few different ones. I do read the complete Jewish one. I also read the New Living Translation Bible as well. Every now and then I do go to the King James for study purposes, because
same
usually
here.
the lexicon and stuff like that you have to utilize, or I can't even think of the name of the book right now, but it'll come back to me. But yes, those are usually ones that I usually read out of. But most of the reasons why I utilize those type of Bibles is because, for one, the Living Translation still connects the Hebraic side of the Bible or the Jew side of the Bible, because a lot of people don't realize that our faith is Judeo-Christian based, and you don't even know who Jesus is without the Old Testament and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a story.
So
it's,
yeah,
it's a full.
it's literally a full story. It's a full book, and it's also the prophecies about him and who he is. You could read about it, like you get a good information and knowledge from the Gospels, but in order for you to understand who Jesus is and why he's that important, you have to understand what the Old Testament talks about and how all those prophecies are talked about him and why this is such a big deal.
And importantly to me, I know this is turning into a Bible study, but
Yeah, no, it's fine.
The actual prophecies that are in the Old Testament, one thing that I think is really good for people that are either non-believers, new believers, or apostates or whatever,
What's an apostate?
just left the church.
Somebody that falls
okay.
away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not just a Christian thing. It's literally apostates in different religions.
Yeah,
as
it's just a
well.
word.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's just a word that's falling away.
Yeah. Basically, I think that seeing that the prophecies have been fulfilled, like a good number of them have actually been fulfilled, is a good thing.
Yeah.
But then my other question, this is back to the business topic. Were there any other iterations of your business before you ended up at apparel? Was there like
No.
anything else you wanted to do?
Well, the Lord has given me a few different businesses that I'll be getting involved in, but this is the first one I need to get started on.
Okay.
But yes, this one, there was no other iteration of it. It was one of those things that I was like, if I'm going to do something, I want to do it for you, and I want to be bold, just like everybody else was being, like, around the time when I was coming up with that idea, I was like, everybody's being bold for everything that they want to believe. Why not this?
Yeah.
But yeah, the funny thing is, like with clothing and stuff like that, I always knew that I was going to get involved with it at some point. Even when I was younger, I just never knew how it was going to come. Because even when I was younger, I had dreams of actually owning like a little corner shop and having like some shoes, customized shoes, stuff like that. Never really came to fruition, but it was always something that I was like, I'm going to be involved in. I just don't know how. And then, 20 plus years later.
I think the way I feel is like the people that have like entrepreneurship ingrained in them at an early age are usually the ones that actually follow through.
Generally, yes. Because even at a young age, I was around entrepreneurs. A couple of my uncles were entrepreneurs. My grandfather was an entrepreneur.
Yeah, my dad was.
You know, it's funny. I noticed that pattern too. Like if you grow up around entrepreneurs, like you tend to have that drive. Cause I know this dude for a long time, and it's like it's the same thing. I knew his dad was one. Literally, this dude Steve's
Dads,
always kind of
uncles,
had like the
everybody.
drive the same way you're describing it, to just like I don't want to stay at a job too long. I want to like build my own thing.
Yeah.
And like, my personal background is like, I come from more like like my parents have both like work jobs until retirement. I've always had like
which is cool.
Yeah.
Do that.
No, it's like I said, it's still a viable thing. But I can respect it because I'm like the entrepreneurial spirit because it does take a lot more to like initiate that because it's very easy, I think, to get in a job and just like stay there. And it's like, even though that's viable, I would say a lot of people have like a natural or at least like some level of like I want to like control my own destiny or be my own boss to an extent, but don't know how to do it or just don't know like where to start with it.
True, yeah, I could definitely say that because even when I was younger, I always envisioned myself being my own boss. I just never knew how that was going to happen.
Same here.
Yeah, so it's just like when you're young, you just dream it, you think about it, but you don't even really know how it's going to happen. You just know that one day you want to do it.
Yeah.
Now, was there much of a struggle in between you actually entering into the entrepreneurship phase of your life? Like, not to say, obviously everyone has struggles, but how bad did you want it, I guess? Were you more so able to sustain like having a job and stuff like that, or did you need it now? You know what I'm saying?
So no, it was because like I said, when I started this, I was still working. So it was definitely one of those things that at some point, because I already knew that the Lord was putting this on me and he was like hammering away like, okay, I already told you what you need to do. Are you going to do it or not? It's just basically being obedient. So that's where it was just for like the last 2 years, it was always on me, and I always was like, I need to go ahead and do this. I want to spend more time on this. I want to focus on this because I want to give all my time and energy to this. But yeah, it was just when I was working, I got comfortable, just like everybody else tends to get comfortable, and then but that drive was always still in me, and I was still working on the other thing. But I had a whole different vision in mind of how I wanted to transition to this.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it just happened. But the biggest struggle that I had during this time trying to launch everything was getting out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, before then, you just had regular struggles like everybody else.
Gotcha.
Cool.
I think what we can do now, we can do a hypothetical, pass it around the room, and then we can go to the next video, which will touch on what I talked about earlier with being with morals.
Cool.
I got the first one. It's gonna be a little silly, but let's do it. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, Nick, you ready for this? This is to you first, then we'll pass it around. Would you rather have braces installed by a dentist who recently went blind, or spend a month living out of an abandoned warehouse infested with raccoons and huntsman spiders?
There we go. This guy.
And huntsman spiders are not poisonous, by the way.
Yeah, but they're
But
huge.
they're huge.
They're like the size of your hand.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Dude, that is crazy. You was doing this even though it was at work. Come on, man.
I still do it. They'll tell you
Oh my
about it.
God.
That's a
Gosh,
core theme of the podcast.
Yes,
I
sir.
hate hypotheticals because it's like it's
I
not
know.
realistic. It's not realistic at all.
That's why I'm like, this is gonna be fun. I know this guy hates it so much.
All right. For the sake of the show, I'll answer. Okay.
Yes.
So basically, I would have to do the braces thing, I guess.
You're gonna do the dentist, even though he's recently went blind, so he's
Bruh.
just going.
Well, the thing about it being recently blind, which means he was already a dentist before, which means he should have some muscle memory of how to do it.
That's fair.
So that's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm not cool with huntsman spiders and raccoons and stuff like that. That's what I'm not cool with. Like, this is a side note on this one because I actually had an experience with a spider in Costa Rica that freaked me out.
Ooh.
Like, it was in our room. We was just like, my wife and I were just chilling, and all of a sudden we saw this spider just crawling across the thing. I tapped out. I was like, nah, I can't do that one.
Well, how big was it?
Like, it was like about that
Oh,
big.
jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
the thing was huge.
Shoo.
And I
That
was
sounds
like,
terrible.
she was telling me to go kill the spider. Normally I kill spiders, but that spider was big. I'm like, okay, all right. I have a limit. I found I have a limit when it comes to spider sizes and killing them.
Yeah, I mean, killing a giant spider,
It's
that's
totally
like Jeepers
different.
Creepers.
Yeah.
And so she was like, I'm gonna tell my father. I was like, well, hey, he's just gonna have to look at me as a sucker now. I'm just saying.
You should bring him the
Yeah.
spider. See if he kills it.
No, but the funny thing is, a week later after we got back and she tried to tell on me, he was like, I understand.
Yeah.
No.
We took a picture, we sent it to him, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to rock with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
rock with you on that one. That
No,
one. Yeah.
that's funny. Like, I've grown up like afraid to like kill spiders mostly. I have raid in my house now, so I can just use chemical warfare
Oh,
against them.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Distance.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause I'm like getting too close is freaky, but like I've gone to where I can kill like relatively like normal sized spiders.
Yeah.
But like when you start getting bugs that are like big enough to where it's like it looks like they start having appendages that you can see.
Yeah, nah,
I'm just like, I don't like. I saw a praying mantis one time, and I'm like, that thing had a neck. I'm like, I don't know about that. That thing's got a 401k. I don't trust it.
Well, then you definitely need to stay away from Australia because
Oh, God, no.
I
Never-
just seen them
never
films
go
with them
Australia.
like what is it? It was like a day where they have spiders just falling out the sky or something.
Oh
like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
There's like this area where like the whole street is just infested with spiders in the
Nope.
street.
Nope,
Yeah.
I would not be there.
Funnel webs.
No, I can't.
Yeah, I was in Australia for a few weeks, and I saw a lot of gigantic spiders. They're
I
real.
cannot
It's a
do
real
it.
thing.
I cannot
They're
do
huge.
it. I would freak out. I would
Yeah.
pass out. I've
They
never
do have
passed out.
kangaroos though, which kind of evens it out, balances it out. Kangaroos are adorable.
Kangaroos will fight you though. They'll
They
like
will-
box
they will
you.
kill
Well, you don't get
They'll
close
square
to 'em.
up to you
don't
and,
get
like,
close
actually-
to them. You just look at them out the window of your car.
Yeah.
Then you drive past.
You know what's funny though? You know, kangaroos like, because it's like happened twice on video, but it's like a thing they do. Like if they see a dog, they'll like grab the dog and actually try to like drown it in the river.
That's what I heard.
Oh,
That's what I
yeah.
heard. I don't know how true that is, but that's
That
what I
is
heard.
insane.
Yeah, I think that's
Are there no dogs over there?
They're like terraformers.
I don't know. They're just all serial killers. Like all
Just
kangaroos
regular
just have
dog,
this
yeah.
innate serial killer drive to drown a
Oh,
dog.
wow.
It's very evil.
That's very.
That's the kangaroo.
What about you guys? You got to answer the question too.
Oh no, I would go for the warehouse. I'm not gonna have my whole mouth destroyed.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the
whole mouth.
pain. I'm thinking of the
Yeah.
agony.
Hey, you didn't say there wasn't gonna be no anesthesia
Yeah.
either, so I'm just saying. But either way it go, I'm gonna trust that muscle memory, man. I'm
He's
sorry.
going for it. I don't blame you.
He probably
Spider-Man
could figure
smells
it out
scary.
though.
That's what I'm saying. Even
yeah.
if he's blind, because
He'll just be touching all over
You
your
know,
mouth.
Oh,
you can trust it.
100%.
I imagine it's like if an experienced chess player had to like arrange a chessboard with his eyes closed, but it's like a flat surface.
Yeah.
It might be a little off, but like the pattern would still be good. So maybe it'll be good, but he'll just have shifted me over like one tooth. You know, just.
Yeah.
But
would go
no,
with that
I don't
too,
know.
actually.
I hate the dentist. I think a little more than spiders, so I might
really?
do the spider. I
I
might
kind
do
of like
it.
the dentist. I actually kind of like when my mouth is numb and they're pulling a tooth out. It feels kind of
Really?
It's
Yeah.
fun. It just
Oh.
like it's a
The pain
pressure.
feels good.
You can't feel
The
anything.
funny thing is,
No, you can't. You can feel the pressure, like you
I
said.
like how everybody forgot the other part of you in the abandoned warehouse and everything like that too.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a whole lot more to that story. So I'm okay.
It's like there's probably something else going
There's
on
something
there.
else going on there.
Like, where
too,
did I
I'm
make the
saying.
wrong turn in life?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm strapped to a chair, being tortured by
Yeah.
what's his face, the Saw guy.
Dexter.
I'm taking I'm taking the dentist too. Yeah.
Doing the dentist. Okay.
Now that I think about it, he probably wouldn't mess
So you
up
got
that
two
bad.
dentists, two warehouse. Roosevelt, you're the tiebreaker.
That's crazy to take.
That's exactly right. The two scenarios that he's giving us. Yeah.
I don't think I can do the dentist. That's just too much for me. Like, like when it was just the warehouse and the raccoons, I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was
It's
thinking
like
that too.
Yeah.
Then
Like,
you-
but he threw the spiders in. I was
Big
like,
ass
okay,
spiders.
yeah, all right.
Then them damn spiders came up, and I'm like, ooh.
Like we couldn't
that's
just get
tough.
raccoons.
Yeah, but if it was just raccoons, I'm cool. You know, we
Yeah,
got
raccoons are cool.
We got raccoons in the hood. You good?
Oh yeah.
But the best thing about a huntsman spider is it can't fit in your ear holes.
Uh,
Every other spider could.
I don't.
I mean,
it don't
Terrible
have
visual.
to. It could crawl on your face and then,
yeah, no. I feel
That's
it
not
has
like
on
my fear when I
face,
see a
I'm
spider. Like,
fucking-
oh, my ears, it's gonna get it.
That's like my one fear.
Really? That's just gonna
Yeah, 'cause
crawl
they-
inside you.
Yeah, because they say bugs crawl inside you while you're sleeping.
I mean,
Hey.
I feel like they could, but I'm like,
No, they do. It's not
oh,
a could.
when they
do.
when they die in there.
yeah, they can.
They would.
Some
And now you
don't.
have a dead bug in you.
Some don't.
I feel like they attempt to.
Depending
well,
on where
yeah.
they crawl at. Depending on where they crawl at. Some can actually just get in there and just.
Yeah.
I'm not making
Make
this
nests.
up, but I don't know if
terrible.
it's true. I don't know if it's
I mean,
true.
I could. And,
But-
well, now I have a fear unlocked.
I've been
Yeah, I'm
told.
about
I've
to
been
say,
told
don't-
this
don't
my
say
whole
that.
life. I've been told this my whole life. Bugs crawl inside of you while you're
Don't
sleeping.
say
I'm
that
telling
to
you.
these.
I feel like they might attempt to, but
Yeah.
I don't
What's
think
gonna
they
stop
actually
them,
go.
Roosevelt?
Who's
You're,
gonna
you're
stop
asleep.
Well, if you so let's say if a bug tried to climb in your nose while you sleep, you still breathing. So
You'll be
the
able to feel
moment you
that.
breathe out, you know it's gonna direct the bug in another direction. And then if a
Unless
bug,
they like that breath.
I mean, if a
Just
bug
like
try to
coming up with all
crawl
type of
your-
you got the
scenarios.
you got the perverted roach.
What? That's breath.
or in your ear, that's like what your earwax is for. Like
That's
you know.
not what earwax is for at all.
I mean, but it will go against the
Earwicks.
bug getting into your ear. You
Yeah.
feel me? And you will know right away if some shit was in your ear because it's literally there. You will hear it.
You hear?
bro, you're asleep.
Right, but when you wake up, that'll wake you up.
Not
Like
me.
shit. I mean,
Yeah.
man,
I'm a light
look.
sleeper, so I guess that works for me.
It sounds like I actually like having bugs inside of myself. I don't, guys. Okay.
Yeah,
what's
Steve just unlocked the fetish.
All right, did everyone answer?
Yeah, I think we got it.
All right, what's the videos though?
Oh yeah, so if you go to the next one, not that one, the The one that's no,
might have
easy
rearranged
What do you do it?
some
Go
to
in
the
order.
left.
Oh,
To the left. It's in order.
This one?
Yeah,
They're in order. Yeah.
all the way to the left. More to the left. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Yes. Yes. You start
This
with
one?
no. Start with the one on the left. So basically, this is. You guys ever heard of like the cart test, the shopping cart test?
Yes.
No,
What is
I
it?
never heard of it.
Basically, if you would leave your shopping cart, then you're a bad person.
Yeah, it's basically they say like a shopping cart is like the ultimate test of morality because it's like there's like there's nothing legally bounding you to
I get
return
you.
your cart.
I got
And there's like no incentive, there's no benefit to it, and there's no like repercussions for you not doing it. The only thing that would cause you to basically put your cart back is essentially just a moral obligation of I'm doing the right thing, and this is pretty much just supporting a more cohesive society if I just do this. So it's like it's just the ultimate judge of like a person's character. So these next series of videos are someone called Cart Narcs who basically just goes around and harass. I would say harass, but he basically tries to teach people a lesson for them leaving their carts out and seeing how people respond. When they get pressed for not doing the right thing.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and play this.
Agent Cameron here with the cart narcs. That's not where the carts go.
No, but there are people, they pay people.
Do you pee on the seat when you use a public restroom because they pay people to clean it?
That up. That's disgusting.
That's the same idea. Ah, gotcha. That's a bumper mic. Oh, no, now you're littering. Don't be a litter bug. Here, I'll put one on the back of your car here for you.
Putting magnets on their car.
Madam.
Knock it off right now.
Now,
I mean it.
I will if you take your cart back. Would you like to do that for me?
Knock it off.
Knock what off? Be a responsible person? Okay.
Leave me.
I got more.
Get the away from me.
What are you doing? You're traffic
No,
now.
you're
So
done.
angry.
Man, you started the poop
Do
with your...
not.
What about the cart?
I don't give, dude. They pay people.
I told you
Leave
the
me
analogy.
alone.
Do you throw trash on the ground because they pay people to pick that up too?
No, they don't pay people to pick it up.
Then what are garbage men for?
Shut the up. Stop.
Do you want to have a conversation, be civil, or do you want to yell like a
Do
big old
not.
sourpuss? What are you doing in your car?
Yeah, I'm gonna hurt you in 2 seconds.
That's against the law, ma'am.
What you're doing is harassing me.
What I'm doing is being a public servant and helping you learn your lesson. Weep, skeep, weedly, deep, doop, H.
There we go.
Oh my goodness! Wow, she got so
He
mad.
got so mad over there.
That was insane.
Yeah.
But he was technically harassing her.
Yeah.
Well,
for sure.
Slapping that sticker on the card.
It was
For
kind
sure.
Yeah, it was over when he put the magnet
Yeah,
on the
little
car.
magnets.
Yeah,
Oh,
he shouldn't have did that. But
Do you think?
otherwise-
Do you think with all that energy she had to basically get out of her car and yell at this guy, she could have just went and put her cart up?
she could have, but letting him win doesn't seem like the right thing to do. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I wouldn't let him win like that.
I would have kept the magnet. Shit.
Yeah,
You have the magnet.
They
I
could
would
be
have
like,
tossed the
you know,
magnet at him like a frisbee.
Yeah. Nick, what's your
It
take
is
on this? Do you think
magnet.
he's doing the right thing, or do you think like
Is he
do you
going
think
too
do you
far?
think this is harassment?
I definitely would say it's probably harassment on that point. But, I mean, I get the gist what he's trying to do, but at the end of the day, it's like you can't force somebody to do something that they don't want to do.
Pulled the flag on him, excessive harassment?
Yeah, that one, yeah, you gotta like, okay, bro, okay. The initial contact was fine. It was cool. All right, yeah, you're not gonna do it. Okay, all right. Well, just we're recording you. You'll be viral. Just that's all you have to do. That's literally all you have to say. But the whole bumper sticker thing, that was like, okay, now you're actually you're attacking her. You actually are attacking her, and you're actually messing up property at that point.
Yeah.
So that's a whole different ball game. Now you're actually stepping out of the bounds of what you can do as a person, especially somebody who's not a legal authority.
Yeah. And he's really just trolling.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's
definitely
really-
trolling 100%.
I feel like the trolling people isn't really moral. Now,
Yeah.
whether or not it's moral
I
to
know.
leave your cart out, I feel like that's in the air, because they do pay people to put
You
the
know,
carts
Steve,
away.
do you put your cart up?
I try to.
What do you mean you try to? Do you try to flush the toilet? Like it's just something you're supposed to do.
I mean, sometimes I do have to try to flush the toilet. It doesn't always
There
work.
is a little lever that you gotta push.
Yeah.
No, with the cart thing, it's iffy.
He said,
That's iffy because it's like sometimes the stores don't have an adequate number of those cart wrangling
Oh,
things
for
where you
sure.
put the cart and it's like I don't want to push this cart all the way across the parking lot to put the cart away. But otherwise, I'll put it away. unless it's really cold outside.
Yeah, unless you
Yeah,
got
if it's cold, I can see that.
Okay.
Usually, if it's cold, I don't even carry. I just carry stuff. I don't even.
Yeah,
take a
I
cart.
tried not to have a cart.
I don't know, man. That just sounds like a bunch of excuses.
But no,
You sound like a cart narc.
Yeah, I give a couple
But
of stickers.
I definitely would say, like, when it comes to carts, I will be the one to try to find something to put it in. I don't just leave it out in the street. Because first off, I'm also thinking about people's vehicles too.
Yeah, 'cause you can park there.
Yeah, they could not even just park there. Somebody hit their car, like, or even the car. Sometimes they don't
can roll
stay,
out.
and it rolls out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave it like in the middle of the parking lot. I
But
would like
some
push
do
it up
that,
to a
though.
curb. Some people. I worked at a Sam's Club for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, not a little while. But
20 years?
yeah, I'm a Sam's Club veteran, guys. But no, I would go outside and I would see so many carts. Like there's just like carts sitting in the middle of the parking lot. They're sitting in a parking spot. Just random carts everywhere.
Yeah.
But like what I would do is I would take the cart and I would like hoist it up onto a curb and leave
Yeah.
it there if it's close enough.
I mean, I could respect that. I can respect that because
It won't roll away.
Because at the end of the day, it is almost like you're thinking about other people, but at the same time, she does also have a point. They do pay people to do that, but
Right.
it's just
Well,
it's about common courtesy because at the end of the day, that person, even though they are getting paid for that, you're gonna have that person walk all the way across just to get something that you used.
With a job like that though, I'm like,
Yeah. So
do they have anything better to do?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Right.
I've like watched several of these videos because I got really intrigued, and he's pretty much got an argument for every point. So I'm going to be devil's advocate. I'm going to fight for this guy's right
this
to
next one?
get these people to put their carts back.
Sure.
Like for the one you said, what was it? That they pay people to do this? They technically pay the people to get the cart from the cart rack.
True, that is actually
Yeah,
true.
it's just from there. So that's the civic responsibility to put it there so then they can get it. Kind of like the whole if they pay people to clean the bathroom, but that's only because people won't clean up after themselves. It's like a work-made job. But there's a couple of other instances. This is like funniest moments, which basically just mean people crashing out. The next video is going to be probably the worst crash out, and then there's a fourth one where it actually works and someone actually puts their cart up.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and check these out.
Off my car!
As soon as you take your cart.
Get the out of here, motherfucker!
Why,
Get the out of here! I'll beat your
Sir, no, you won't. Look at yourself.
You better get that off my truck right now.
Look what you did to this car.
You're throwing in my truck, you idiot!
Get in front of
I
that.
can put my car wherever the I want. Touch my truck again, I'm
Wait.
calling the cops.
Is it your truck or his truck?
You better run.
I don't think I'll have to run, quite frankly. No offense to your speed abilities.
Oh, you think so?
I think I'm probably faster walking backwards. See, there's Magnet of shame. God, these frisbee.
Get off my car now.
Ma'am, you left your cart blocking the handicap spot.
really
Do you
nice
have something
Karen
against
voice. I like
handicapped
that.
people? Something like that? Oh, you're littering. I got another one for you.
Now you're
Oh,
littering.
Get your
The more I see,
off my
the more I hate this guy.
Yeah, he's definitely trolling.
He's
hard.
certainly a douche.
I gotta hear this girl's voice again.
the shame. God, these frisbee.
Get off my car now.
Ma'am, you
Now.
That is the best Karen voice I've heard in a long
Very
time.
That is
Karen.
crazy.
It's amazing.
Check out the one next to it. So this one's the guy that probably gave the. Honestly, I feel like if this guy's done this 1,000 times, this is like the video that you would expect to come at some point.
Skeep wheel, weep, skeep whoop whoop. That's not where the car goes, sir. Come on now. Said you know the cars don't go there, sir. Agent Cordell here, cart narcs. You got cart returns all over the place around here.
Are you gonna get it for me?
No, sir, I'm a cart narc. I narc out people that don't get their carts.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, let them know. Let them know I didn't put it back.
Well, I'm gonna let you know first. I'm giving you a chance to redeem yourself.
Oh no, I'm good.
Why? How can you be good being a lazy bones?
Sorry, man. I hope you have a good day.
Well, I'm gonna give you our bumper hood of. Well, it's more of a service vehicle than a car.
Touch my. This is my company. This is my truck. Don't touch it.
Well, this is a magnet.
Don't do it. Don't put that shit.
It's
on my
non-marking, sir.
Don't put that.
Let me see. You see what it says?
Don't even
Sir,
realize
that's a gun.
crime right now.
All right, he just brandished a weapon at me. I mean, what the hell are you supposed to do? It's a gun, you know. We'll sit there and take a bullet, which I would for the carts, but this case was unnecessary. Let's keep wheeling.
Yeah, this guy's terrible.
I don't know how you
He's just bothering
Is that how
people.
he actually talks or?
Yeah,
The way he racked that, he probably gonna use it.
Yeah.
That's
He's
crazy.
ready.
He was like, "I ain't carting art."
So my guy,
All right, Cardinal, let's get
my
it.
guy that pulled out that gun on him though, man.
Yeah.
You need to be careful with that because that's you can easily
Imagine
get felony
dying
for
No,
that.
over carts.
What's
No.
funny is that like people in the comments, they
would be
found that guy. They found like his business. He owns like a plumbing business in like Texas. They started leaving him a bunch of like negative reviews and saying stuff like, "Yeah, I asked this guy to take a look at my pipes, and then he pulled a gun on me."
That's just awful.
That's bogus.
Yeah,
That's
so they
bogus
it
as
basically
hell.
ruined his.
Social
They had to
media
turn
world,
off the
man.
reviews on Yelp because they were
Social
like
media
it's being
for you.
flooded with because of this viral
Can't
video.
even defend
That's
your own
pretty
property.
bogus.
Yeah.
I feel like in this day and age, you should know when your ass gonna get put on the internet. When somebody doing something that's like obviously ridiculous,
recording you.
being recorded. Like you
Yeah.
better off just you
Just
know,
not
ha ha he
reacting.
he, and moving along.
Right. Like, haha, oh, you're the cart narc. Haha, let me just get out of here now.
Just move around.
Yeah.
And just please don't put that on my car.
Yeah.
Zo, you kind of seem like a cart narc.
Cardinal.
I think that kind of fits
Huh?
you. I think you would be a
Yeah.
good cart narc.
Yeah, I thought about it. I'm like, I believe in, I believe in this,
How much money would
I
it
think
take
you
for
need
to
to
do
put
this
your
job?
cart back. It's not that hard. Just do it.
Would you do this job for a certain amount of money?
What I do if it's a paid job?
Yeah.
Zo would do it for 48K.
I mean,
Wait.
you know what? I do it as like instead of Uber, I would do this.
Really?
Yeah, I would do
feel
this
that.
because I'm like,
That seems
although
kinda fun,
I don't
yeah.
know, I would be hesitant about the sticker because I'm like,
No,
I feel like when you start touching people's stuff, that's when they start
Yeah.
crashing out.
Well, that's
I'm
like a
just
bonus. If you get the sticker on there and they don't, rip it off or.
Yeah, you get a nice little
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah, that's how I get my
Like a-
commission. I
Yeah.
gotta get the sticker on there.
It's like getting
That's
harassing
over the
people
top.
without them pulling a gun on you.
Yeah,
that's over the top. Yeah.
I'm not trying to get shot over a shopping
The funny-
cart.
Yeah, the funny thing is everybody starts really reacting when he tries to put the sticker on their car. That's when they
Yeah,
start
that's when they.
reacting.
At first, they could just kind of pass out like, "All right, buddy, all right, man, have a good one." But the sticker comes out. He's like, "Hey, what the f- you doing?" Like,
That's you touching their stuff.
Yeah.
It get more personal then.
That's true.
I would have just took the magnet low key. I would be like, "Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
funny.
yeah,
All right.
just let it.
Let me take the magnet, whatever, Oh, he got me.
Well, I think
Yeah.
they don't necessarily know it's a magnet. It seems like they think it's a sticker.
I
He
guess
told
so.
him that.
That would piss me
Yeah.
off, and I barely care about my car.
Oh yeah, this is
Because it's like if he
that's
gets a
worse.
magnet on there, he'll let you drive off. You just take it off later. But it's like I think it's an ego thing at the end. People are just kind of like, I don't want this guy to think he got one up on me after
Yeah.
trying to tell me
Yeah,
what to do.
you can't let the cart narc win.
Yeah.
If he ever comes to you,
That's
don't
what
let
it's
him
really
win.
about.
Don't let him win or you're going viral.
Anyway, this is the last one. So this is a successful cart narc day.
Sorry, ma'am. Cart narcs here. Cart narcs. It's not where the cart goes. That's it's blocking the handicap access way. Cart corral's right there. See where that guy is?
Yeah,
Why aren't you taking it back?
I'm in the handicap spot. Sorry.
But then the next person who's here, if they had a chair or something, they couldn't get out.
Okay, I'll remember that. Sorry.
Well, you can do it right now. You don't have to remember it.
Sir, I have cancer. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am, but
I'm sorry.
the next person could have cancer too.
Okay.
I have a bumper sticker for you. Keep it. I don't need it. Sir, yes, you do, because you just left your cart in the middle of the spot. Here, I'll put that right there for you.
Hey, you know what? You playing fucking games? I don't need that.
Well, I have more. I've got another one here if you like it.
Give me more.
Well, no, I think you're going to throw it away if you do it.
Well, I don't want the my thing, okay? So get the away.
But you deserve it because you left your cart.
You know, you're asking for a bunch of shit now.
What are you talking about? Man, this is my job as a cart narc to make people help understand.
You know what?
What?
This here, the son of a...
Thank you for taking it back, ma'am.
He did it.
I'm out of bumper stickers. Well, that's not nice. Oh, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Cart
There you
narcs
go.
here. Cart narcs.
See, look at that proven method.
Yeah, this guy just seems worse and worse. Worse and worse every
was
single
still
Yeah,
video.
I understand you have
That's funny.
cancer, man, but you know,
I see that you're dying, but you got to put your cart
this
back.
cart kind of needs attention.
Your cart might kill somebody.
That's crazy.
Yeah, your cart's actually giving me cancer.
How long he
man.
been doing this?
Too long.
I think this channel's been up since like 2020.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
so he was
Been at
bored.
So he's bored.
He was bored. Yeah.
Pandemic
Hey, man.
channel right there.
Everyone's got a calling, okay?
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't it. That
I
ain't
was
it.
bored.
That ain't it.
Oh man. Well, yeah, that's
hilarious.
that's enough of the cart narc adventures. Steve, do you wanna get a hypothetical for us or?
Sure, I have a hypothetical. I had to alter it a little bit, but basically, would you rather live eternally, right? Physical form, of course, live eternally on Earth, as a human being, with every single time you. It's basically a reincarnation. It's a reincarnation thing. It's a reincarnation cycle. So, you get reincarnated, eternally.
Okay.
But every time you're reincarnated, your IQ drops by 5 points.
So you basically just live and reincarnate, live and just eternally until like I guess your IQ hits 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is all administered by some kind of
Like
extra
magical
dimensional god being.
Okay.
Or you just live in a world where atheists are right, and when you die, you go into nothingness.
What? Wow. That's hilarious. Okay, what was the original?
No, I can't say the original. It's sexual. It's off limits.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What happens if you get to 0?
I don't know if I'd rather
What
just
happens
like
if your IQ drops
die
to
then,
0?
because I'm like
Your
at
IQ, it banks at 50.
yeah, but I mean,
Oh,
like,
okay.
think about it. If I'm so stupid, my IQ 0, am I essentially just brain dead?
You're right.
Am I just like
No, your IQ's 50. You're just like a
stops
like
at
a
50.
Oh,
I
it stops at 50.
yeah.
Oh.
You're just
He
like
didn't,
a
he
crash
didn't say that
dummy.
originally though, but
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I didn't say that originally, but it can't be 0. That would be terrible.
Yeah,
Or
that-
negative. Imagine having a negative IQ.
Yeah.
Like you're so
I owe
dumb.
them
You won't be able to
I-
walk, probably.
Yeah.
I would probably do that because you know what? I feel like I would probably just come. Ironically, I think I would probably be happier like every time I come back because I'm just like more ignorant, and ignorance is bliss. Like if I have a 50 IQ, then I don't really have that many problems that I'm like I don't have that many complex issues.
Yeah.
And if I did,
Except
I wouldn't
like
really
feeding
recognize
yourself, cleaning yourself, and
Yeah. Like no, what I'm saying is like think about it. You could like you could stick me at like a ticket booth, just like being the guy that
that's
just
true.
gives
You could work at a
tickets.
Jewel Oscar.
Right.
I'd be like SpongeBob. You know how happy SpongeBob is working at the Krusty Krab?
Right.
I'll be that. You know, I'm just like, this is life. This is like joy. Like, I don't need much. You know, I'm basically just a stupid sponge. Like, it's great.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that.
I would do that.
Yeah, just go back and at some point I would just hit that like that terminal velocity of ignorance, and then I'll just
Yeah, I would just go for that one too, honestly. 'Cause, like, imagine being on a spaceship with a 50 IQ. That'd be crazy. You'd probably have so much fun.
Someone's got to pick the atheist one.
Is anyone gonna pick that?
I'll
I
take
got-
it.
I don't think nobody want that. That don't sound like
What
a
would that
happy
be like?
ending.
Well,
none of them sound like, that's the whole point
Like,
of hypotheticals. None of them are happy whatsoever.
it's just never good.
There's none of that's crazy. That is crazy.
All right.
Was this the lightning round?
This is the segment.
Okay. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a special segment.
Yeah.
So
Does Nick know about the segment?
No, I actually didn't let him know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so basically, like I said, I kind of brought up earlier that Steve's kind of been the resident group preacher for all of us, essentially.
It's probably not what you want to say right now,
Yeah.
especially after that.
Yeah, right.
Right. Oh yeah. No. Low key, we should probably transition a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
definitely want to transition some of that out. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll start it off like this. So basically, I mean, you could probably already tell Steve has a really good background, or good background knowledge with the church. I know it's funny. Ironically, I would kind of fall into the category of someone who kind of fell away from it.
Yeah.
Because
I got that.
Yeah.
I literally told you that when I first met you.
Yeah, no, like you picked up on it really quickly, which frightened me. But yeah.
It wasn't frighten you about it. It was literally more than likely, if anything, that was the Holy Spirit trying to get to you because He knows about you more than I could ever know.
No, you got a point. But I was this segment was essentially just kind of designed to it's kind of like a thing where can you like convince me or essentially it's
Change
like
my mind.
Yeah, change my mind. It's like a change my mind segment.
Yeah. Zoe's like, God isn't real. Change my mind.
Now, granted, I know Steve exaggerates. I'm not a God's not real person, but I have become, like I said, I grew up in the church. I grew up in a Catholic school. I went to church from the Catholic perspective for like a majority of my life. But it's just kind of a thing where I just more or less like have essentially disconnected from it, I guess. So I can see the value in it, but I'm just not. I guess I don't relay like spirituality, religion that much into like my day-to-day life. So I could be better at that. I haven't been actively trying to be better at that. I appreciate Steve because like I said, I do see there's merit in it, but there's like there's a part of me that, just based off of certain things I've like gone through at this point in my life to where I don't have the strongest attachment to it. Right.
I give Zoe a lot of flack, but Zoe, he's got his relationship with God. Let's say that.
He's an intellectual. I got that.
Zoe's too smart to not believe in God.
So basically, yeah. Even when we met and started talking about it, I understand. I know exactly where you might be coming from in that regards. Because I know I get it. You know, everybody's go through life. Everybody has their issues and things like that. Things happen. But the biggest thing, especially as I've started to grow and mature in my faith walk and everything like that, is like, I don't credit God for everything bad that happens. Because a lot of people credit God for everything bad that happens. And they're like, oh, how come you didn't stop that? How come you didn't do this? That's not even the point of this whole thing. We're forgetting about a whole major thing that happened in the past that resonates to today.
Let me interject.
Yeah.
So, Zoe, would you say that your issue is more so God letting bad things happen, or more so God not doing more good things?
It's not really anything I'm say pinning on God. It's just I always have this inner conflict where I think to myself like, you know, how do I phrase it? Is it disingenuous of me to attribute too much of my problems to something that is something that I don't necessarily know for certain, you know?
Would it be too much for you to attribute good things that happen to something you don't know for certain? Like luck, for example.
Good things that happen to things that's not certain. I guess it wouldn't be a bad thing nor a good thing. I guess I think of it as very neutral. I mean, you can, but then I think more so it's I think it's more so if you attribute like I guess your problems or like things you struggle with, because then at that point you're relinquishing control, you know, to an idea that like you may not. You know, I feel like it's almost like you're trying to like shift responsibility, I guess.
Oh no, I get exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Only problem is you don't control anything. Absolutely nothing.
I was gonna say something like that too.
See that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
You literally control. You don't even control your heartbeat in your chest right now. You can't even control not 1 ounce. Without God's grace and allowing you to do that, you can't do any of that. And if you have any questions about that, you can ask anybody that's ever had any serious health issues where they can't move and how hard it is. And then you take for granted all the things that you are doing right now. So a lot of people forget about to look at the little things that you have, like even just being able to move your limbs. That's a blessing. Even be able to breathe. That's
wake
a blessing.
up.
To wake up. That's a blessing.
Some people don't wake up.
Some people don't wake up. Like just in general, everything that you have has been gifted to us by God. Granted, yes, I understand that some people, like I was saying earlier, they go through different things. Life experiences come into play, and then they start doubting things like that. But I would just argue, like he was saying, like, but what about the good things that do happen? Because God is involved with every single thing. He's always in control. He sees everything. He knows everything that's going on. He's not the author of anything negative to happen like that. But what he will do is something that negative happens. If you give it to him, he will reverse it and flip it for the good for you, as long as you are a believer in him.
And the interesting thing about what you just said is that if you don't have that concrete evidence of God existing or of Christ dying on the cross for your sins, etc., then once that happens, what you just said, once that happens, like let's say 2 times, you're gonna be like, well, that faith is starting to grow.
Yeah.
You're gonna start to realize, like, oh, well, this negative thing just not instantly, but it proactively became a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just like, oh, this bad thing was just bad, and then it continued to be bad for eternity. You know, it was like this bad thing became a good thing, even against all the odds. And then it happens in a certain way that makes it a little evident that God is involved. Yeah. But before we go into the full conversation, I do have this video. It's John Lennox talking to an atheist. I guess, Zoe, would you describe yourself as an agnostic?
I would say, closer to agnostic.
I was leaning that he was probably going.
I wish you would have said that before I picked this video. But no, this video is still good because I think being agnostic, you know, you may as well be an atheist, but not necessarily. Because it's just like you're open to be convinced, which is good. Because you're the one that came up with this bit, Zoe's the one that came up with this segment. Yeah. So this is John Lennox talking to, I think, Peter Singer, or I think it's Peter Singer. I don't know. He's an atheist. So 8 minutes and 30 seconds, Lizzie.
Lennox versus Atkins.
We'll just play it until he makes his argument. I think I just picked out all the best arguments. I have like 5 timestamps. Some of these don't matter. But
is there that he did
You should read more widely than you clearly have done. I mean, there's plenty of scholars who've questioned the historical existence.
And if I might say so, Richard Dawkins quoted one of them.
Dawkins does believe that Jesus exists, but he says a good case can be made out that Jesus never existed. And he mentions Professor Wells of London. He didn't tell anybody that this is a professor of German, not an ancient historian. So I'm afraid I have read both atheist ancient historians, Christians, agnostics, all the rest, they are agreed basically on this. So it seems to me that if you're interested on making observations and notes and science in that general sense, then Jesus' existence is scientifically established. It's rationally established by historical science. I don't know what percentage.
Unless you want to hear his rebuttal, but you don't have to.
There's a rebuttal. No, I believe Jesus existed, though. Like, I feel like that's something that is like he said, kind of scientifically supported too. Like, there's records and different type of artifacts that relate like directly to like Jesus's life and him having existed.
Yeah, and a lot of those records actually are extra biblical too. So it's not even just biblically based.
You got Pontius Pilate.
Yeah,
you got all of them.
I actually played Pontius Pilate in a play. Yeah.
Oh, so
ironically,
right?
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, even like with you, or like a lot of people that have that agnostic faith or belief, essentially, I said faith. Sorry about that. Agnostic belief. The issue is, from my standpoint, from what I've known from different people that have that same belief, is never an evidence issue.
Mm.
And truthfully, when it comes down to faith, it's not even an evidence issue. Yes, it's great to have evidence behind certain things, but it's really a heart issue. That's really our whole biggest issue in general is our heart. We're not wanting to submit to an authority above us. We're not wanting to be held accountable. Yeah. That's usually where it boils down to. Nobody likes to be held accountable with a lot of things.
I was going to say it's an accountability issue. People don't want to be accountable to something, one, they can't see, and one, something that they aren't sure of.
Exactly.
Because if you're accountable, let's say you have parents you've never met, but your aunt tells you, like, your dad told you to become an engineer. You know what I'm saying? Like your dad wanted you to be an engineer when he had you. Would you feel accountable to actually become an engineer, or would you be like, I don't want to listen to this dad I've never met?
If I never met him, of course not.
Yeah, so like that's like where faith comes in, where it's like if you express that you need to have some level of accountability to an authority greater than yourself at a metaphysical level, then what you're seeing as that source of accountability is going to end up becoming a part of your, I don't know what I'm saying, like routine, basically.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to get too into it, but
yeah, no, I got you.
I think I know what
that
you're
makes
saying.
sense. Oh no, you said that.
No,
that sounded like lazy.
No.
You sounded like lazy for a second.
No, I got what you're getting at.
Yeah, if you can clarify for me, then that'd be great. Because I don't even know what I was.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about, but I just can't think of a way to really clarify that one.
Yeah. Did you get it though?
I think like vaguely, because I'm going off of like the example you gave and kind of like trying to relate that to what your message was probably. Yeah. You can like, I think every individual has the ability to submit themselves to some level of authority if they believe in it. So it's like how you said, if you let's say you had a father in your life.
Wait, before I lose this, I'm sorry, because I just went on that tangent. It was super hard for me.
Yeah, go for it.
Before I lose this, it's going. No, it was basically as you start to become an engineer in that metaphor, your father slowly enters your life, and then you realize he was there the whole time, basically. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's just like the metaphor I came up with. Anyway, go ahead.
I was basically just gonna like build off of what you were saying, but yeah, it's like let's say you had a father in your life or something like that, or any type of role model that you looked up to. When you look up to that person, there's gonna be like an internal responsibility you have where it's like you want to live up to their like expectations to an extent, because you get gratification from fulfilling like that expectation, or like you get a sense of gratification from knowing that like they're essentially gratified in a way by seeing you grow, especially if it's like directly related to your growth. So like with that, I can understand where if someone has truly felt like like actually touched or by like essentially by God, or like any type of force in their life that makes them believe like I have in some way experienced like the Lord to know He's real. That level, that sense of like I want to fulfill or live up to that will because it gives me a sense of gratification to know that I'm gratifying this authority. Like I can understand like that's what I think a lot is would draw someone to it and why it.
So Nick, let me know if you agree with this. But basically, I feel like you're putting the cart before the horse. right? The Bible says, seek and you will find, right? God's not necessarily always going to go to you if you don't ever seek, if that makes sense. Like, if you're actually looking, then you would have that experience. But if you're not open to the experience, you may have already had the experience. You just don't know you had the experience, if that makes sense.
If I'm not open to it,
If you're not open to experiencing God, then God could part the clouds and say hello.
That's what
You'd be
saying.
like,
no, that's a hard issue.
In
That's what I'm
fact,
saying.
go to go to 24. I think it's 24:30. Go to 24 minutes and 30 seconds.
When I think of that example, I think of like a flat earther, where it's like someone said, like, if you have someone who's adamant about being like a flat earther, it's like all the evidence won't matter because they'll just deny it or claim like it's a part of the the cover up in a sense.
Yeah, let's see this. Let's see this part because he talks about it. Actually, the atheist talks about it. I think it's 24 minutes and 30 seconds. I hope
But in Russia, incidentally, where you meet really hard atheists.
Go to the 28 minutes and 30 seconds. 28 minutes and 30 seconds.
I thought you was talking about a Bible verse.
I thought he was too. Because he put out a phone like, hey. You go to 28:30 for me real quick.
Corinthians 19, please.
I would want him to hang on to his commitment to rationality, of course, too.
You can't be rational and a Christian.
Right. Any response, John? The gloves are off.
Yes, Peter, yes, I have a response. What do you say to a Nobel Prize-winning physicist who's a Christian?
Grow up.
Well, between 1900 and 2000, 65% of Nobel Prize winners were Christian.
Yeah.
Can you understand, Peter, how saying that might come across as incredibly arrogant?
No.
No. Let's go to another question.
That's hilarious.
Maybe you'll start this one off, John. Why
Keep going.
No, yeah, keep going.
would God create atheists?
I feel quite strongly about this, that the wonderful thing about the way in which we're made as human beings is God loves us enough to give us real responsibility so that our decisions and our moral choices are full of meaning. If you say God creates Christians or atheists, you end up with a kind of robotic situation where we're simply puppets on a string, and I don't think that accords in any way with the God who reveals himself in Christ.
Peter.
I think it's talk of gods creates atheists.
There was another point. It was in a different timestamp, but I didn't put titles on these, so it's fine.
No, that was funny. To me, I found that hilarious. Him calling him arrogant for what he just said. I was like, you don't even realize that majority of atheists tend to be more arrogant than anything.
Yeah.
That's true.
It is crazy that mindset.
Smug, that's the word. Yeah.
It is crazy that mindset to have. Granted, this could offend people or not. It doesn't really matter. But the atheist belief pattern is essentially like you believe in the non-existence of something you don't believe exists.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
That's paradoxical.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I can imagine, and I know why, or I feel like I know why a lot of atheists come off as extremely arrogant, is because I mean, it's what you said exactly. But it's also I think I'm losing my train of thought too.
Well, what they need to, well,
fell out of my head.
Here's my answer to why atheists are so smug. It's because in order
loves answering.
in order to be an atheist, you literally have to convince yourself God doesn't exist.
Yes.
You have to like actively be proactive. Like this happened to me, that happened to me, so I'm butthurt.
Yeah.
And God can't exist if that happened. And I'm not going to do anything to figure out if God exists. I'm not going to actually look into it. Sometimes they will, whatever. They'll look into it, and then they'll be biased the whole time. Like I said, you have to be open to the experience in order for it to actually take.
Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say too. Like the irony of like atheists is that a lot of them grow up like in the church, and it's like they take a contrarian point of view, which is why they're arrogant. Like, cause a lot of that arrogance comes from the fact that they believe they're taking the less popular point of view and justifying it through like intellectual discovery. And I think that a lot of times that breeds a sense of like I'm going against the grain because I'm smarter than everyone else around me. But it's like the irony comes from the fact that like the only reason they usually got there is because they started off under the belief or in the church and have just chosen to like go against it almost for the sake of going against it.
Yeah, generally a lot of them tend to be really angry at God. That's usually what it boils down to.
I was an atheist for like
that's the ironic part.
Life.
Yeah, he actually was.
Yeah, I was an atheist until about 4 years ago.
Actually, there you go.
Yeah, God is good.
Amen. All the time. But yeah, no, that is usually something happened and they're just pissed. They're really pissed off at God for something, and a lot of times, a lot of atheists don't ever circle back to that. they usually just do what most people tend to do. They just brush it and sweep it under the rug and like, no, I don't want to talk about it. Or no, I'm gonna find every single shred of evidence that I could prove that he doesn't exist, even though it's just like you can't. You come to
do it in reverse.
Yeah, it's just like you just do it in reverse. Find evidence that he does exist, and then try to rationalize it for yourself. Because majority of like the scientists, outside the ones that he was just talking about, a lot of the scientists, especially back in the day, were believers.
Yeah, science came from believers.
Exactly.
Generally,
science was never created to disprove God. It's just only more of a modern thing now that everybody's trying to use that to disprove. But how you gonna disprove the creator of science?
Yeah, because
science
effectively got to the point where it could be an alternative.
Yeah.
Before it was never an alternative. Until like maybe the 1900s, 18.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like mid 1900s or so.
Yeah, I don't know the actual dates, but
probably since we actually started going into space. You know, we went beyond the sky, and then I guess that's when.
Like, hey, I didn't see God up there.
Yeah, right.
So are you convinced?
No,
that was like real targeted right away. I think it'll take a little bit more time than that.
Yeah, I'll take time. But I will. Here's some things I'll admit though, because I'm like, one thing I will say, it's a lot of it's just been like when we have these like when I've called you and like just had one-on-one conversations where you've talking about pretty much just when we've either just had conversations about God or just things in your life that kind of relate to like that in general. I will say there's like this natural like when you have like when I have those conversations, it's like there is like a level of like what's the word?
Resistance.
Not resistance. No. I was going for a positive word. It's like I actually it actually feels refreshing to have those.
Oh, that's
like even when it's like an argument, it's sometimes I come out of it, I'm just like, I feel like I'm in a good mood.
Yeah.
And it's like something that like I don't know if it's like actually because I'm talking about that or if it's just because I'm just having like an insightful conversation, but I will say I'll give credit to the fact that that's usually like an outcome of just discussing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's because your spirit's hungry, man. That's because your spirit, you're hungry. That's really what it boils down to. When you actually eat word and everything like that, then, or even if you're having that conversation, something gets fed.
That's true.
Something spiritual.
Yeah.
Like everyone has a soul and a spirit, and if it doesn't get fed, then it's gonna starve. So if you feed your spirit, it's gonna feel good. You know what I'm saying? So like if you actually have like the nourishment you need to prosper, then you're gonna feel better.
Yeah, you feeding something, you either feeding your flesh or your spirit. So either way it goes.
Yeah. Something's getting fed.
Yep.
Did we want to keep going? Because I could keep going.
It's been wrapped up.
How much time you got?
We could cause I know we still got a couple more videos. We can transition to the next thing. Cause I know I mean this was good. I think way to kind of top off this part of everything. Cause the next one's gonna be more current event stuff that I would definitely like to see your opinion on.
Okay.
And then did you want to like break it in with like one hypothetical and then jump into this?
I don't have any more hypotheticals.
Oh, okay. I got one. All right,
Oh, he's loaded with these.
Yeah. I never.
He's got like a whole notepad of them probably somewhere.
Oh God, dude, I literally have a list.
No.
It's like a hypothetical. All right, here we go. All right. Would you rather live in a world where Hannibal Lecter is real?
Here we go.
Okay, Hannibal Lecter is real, and he lives right next to you. So he's like your neighbor for like the next 5 months. Or would you rather destroy a 1 foot tall wasp nest with your bare hands?
I mean,
I'll go after
Your bare hands?
Yeah, your bare hands.
I'll go after the wasp nest.
You do the wasp nest? Okay.
Yeah, because I could do it with my bare hands, but you didn't say what tools I could use either.
No, you just have to squish it with your hands.
No, that wasn't part of it.
No, that's why I said bare hands.
You said bare hands, so I could use my bare hands to grab stuff and
No.
use it as tools.
No, we can't.
I'm just saying.
You got to go in there, just your hands. You got to go ahead and just destroy it. Now, you can be quick. You can do whatever you want, but you can't use tools. You got to use your hands.
See, that wasn't part of the stipulation.
Trying to find loopholes.
I feel like I would just have to kill Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah,
You got to kill Hannibal Lecter.
Risk him chopping off my hands. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's no, like, guarantee he's going to be after you.
That's true.
Yeah, but there is a guarantee that I'm gonna have to kill him. just knowing he's there. Does the movie exist in this world?
More than likely.
No, you know what? In this world, you're like the only one who's aware. Like for some reason, everyone just thinks he's a normal guy, but you're like aware that he's actually Hannibal Lecter and that he's a serial killer.
To the hypotheticals. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, what's up with all the death hypotheticals? Why everybody gotta die or something?
Well, no one's gotta die. I just said Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, Hannibal. He might just.
He didn't kill a single person in that movie. We all saw it.
Oh,
Exactly.
We all saw
I didn't see it. I didn't
I
actually
didn't
see
see
it.
the
didn't see
movie
it
at
either.
all.
Oh, okay. He was just in prison the whole time, just talking.
Oh, this dude.
I actually seen some of that movie, and he did look crazy as hell in that movie.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I was thinking though, like, if you live next door to him, right, he probably won't do nothing to you because then that'd be too obvious.
That's true.
Could
You
do
know?
that.
Yeah. Or he might be like, "Oh, this is easy."
Yeah.
Trying it out.
No,
Yeah.
I think it'd be. It's too close to home. He more
What
likely
if he's
to
feeling
get
lazy
found
that
out.
day? He's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far.
You
Let
know.
me just hit up this guy.
You think you'd be safe living next to him?
Probably, maybe.
Okay.
Got like a midnight snack for him. It's easy to get.
Midnight snack. Now, I ain't saying I would have kids, you know. If it's just me, you know, I don't.
Right.
It's just, like I handle myself.
Yeah, I really don't want to crush a wasp nest with my bare hands.
Yeah, you would probably die.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
You lose your hand,
I
you
mean,
have to chop them off.
You lose everything.
He be alright.
You'll live. I got stung by a wasp one time. I was like, well, that shit hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like I was in a taco patio, and it was like this.
What was worse, the taco patio or the wasp?
Crazy transition.
Yo, yeah, no, it was funny. It was me and my brother. And I was just sitting there, like there was a wasp flying around. I was like, oh, let's move over here, because I'm like, this thing's like, it wasn't minding its own business. I felt like it was after something, so we moved, and then I'm just like, we're just talking, and then I just feel like a sharp jab in the back of my my ankle, and I'm just like, like I get up, and I'm like looking for it, because I'm like, I swear to God, I just got stung. And like the people are looking over like, you all right? And I'm like, dude, I think I just got stung by that bee. And then, yeah, that bee.
It's a wasp.
Yeah. So I couldn't find it, and then I noticed it was just like lying there looking like weakened. It was like hanging on the back of my foot. Yeah, so I kicked it off and killed it, but it was funny how like it looked like it exhausted itself.
Yeah,
Well,
they
think-
die when they do that.
I thought that was just bees.
I thought that was only
I
bees.
thought that was
Yeah.
bees.
Is it?
But wasps can sting you a few times, but I don't know, for whatever reason it looked like it took it like everything out of him.
Oh man,
But,
you were the big
Yeah,
catch.
that like
He was
yeah,
full after that.
yeah, that burned though. I didn't know like a wasp. I thought it would be like an instant thing,
Well,
and
they
then
have poison.
you were
Yeah.
yeah. That whole like the whole back of my leg was like basically just like on fire for like a day.
Really?
That sounds
Was it
terrible.
swole?
Yeah. I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know how much damage that would do. Now I understand like why a bunch of wasps could kill a dude. 'Cause I'm just like, a bunch of that,
I'm
you're
not going
done.
for the wasps.
Wasp.
Okay. Well, anyway, next segment is so there was like a recent incident where a guy got pulled over by the cops, and it's kind of gone viral. People are trying to discern, I guess, whether or not it was, kind of like justified how everything played out. But basically, it was an escalated traffic stop that resulted in, I believe, the guy getting arrested. There's been two angles released. There's the officer's angle, and then there's the more viral angle where the guy was like filming his own the interaction from his car. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at both and kind of give what our overall reactions and who we think was in the right.
Yeah, trigger warning.
Yep.
Can you call your supervisor? All right, go for it. Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor.
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the
Pull me
vehicle.
over.
25 seconds. For 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
I've already told you. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. I'm about to break the window.
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. Get on the ground. No, don't touch it.
Put your hands behind your back! I'm resisting! Hands behind your back!
You gonna throw my phone like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you,
man.
bro.
Okay. And so that was the officer's angle. Now, the more viral angle that people saw, if you scroll, you probably just go to the next one or just go up, is the one from his camera where it just kind of starts off where... Yeah, it starts off where it's like he's breaking his window.
One video clip, devoid of context, can be very misleading. Given that McNeil never brought this incident to JSO's attention, but rather pushed the cell phone camera footage that he had in his possession since March 5th out on social media, one can only assume, and I'm saying I assume, that he intended to inflame the public. The administrative process is still ongoing, and as such, I will neither defend nor commend Officer Bauer's response to resistance until all the facts are known and the investigation is completed. However, as the leader of this agency, I will not remain silent while important facts and information are buried to advance an anti-police agenda. The truth is, William McNeil Jr. was non-compliant with JSO officers within 21 seconds after he was stopped for multiple civil infractions. His non-compliance quickly rose to the level of criminal resistance to a police officer. McNeil was arrested and pled guilty to resisting a police officer without violence. Force absolutely looks ugly. And because all force is ugly, whether or not the officer involved acted within outside JSO policy, that's still what we're investigating.
All right. So based off of the info, like I said, we kind of got him speaking over the original one, but like I said, the original one just showed him from the angle of basically them starting with him saying like, "What did I do? What did I do?" The guy, basically said, smash his window out. The guy punched him, and then dragged him out the car. And then like when they were tussling, he hit him one more time in the face and then put him down. So based off all of that, what do you guys think? Do you think this was overuse of force? Do you think it was justified? What happened? Just
I'd say it was
curious.
pretty
Where's
justified.
the other clip?
Yeah, kind
Let me see if I can find the other clip.
Yeah. Right off back, Nick, what do you think? If you had like a base opinion of it.
Right off rip, I mean, I see why everybody's upset because especially camera angles do matter tremendously. You and I have had these conversations before with different different events that take place with police and civilians and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with all the force. However, let's also be honest, buddy. You shouldn't. There's certain things you just don't do, especially when you're dealing with police officers. I understand that you're asking for a supervisor, but first the way you flung the door open and how you automatically were already on an aggressive tendency, a tactic essentially. So we also got to remember, police officers are also human beings. They're also they get scared or they get aggressive as well. So it's like we have to remember that we are all human and we all have emotions. So for an officer standpoint, because I also have friends that are officers too, it's like from an officer standpoint, it's like, I don't know what you about to do. You just popped out a car. You just opened up the door on me.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what do we always joke about, especially as people of the community, like, oh, you popping trunks on people, stuff like that. Like, it's like, it's unfortunate because we as a people, we always get super emotional about these things, which I understand, but at the same time, we don't tell the whole story.
Yeah.
And we've done that on countless different occasions, and it's unfortunate because I don't like seeing people in my complexion like that being tossed around. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes the force aspect of it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but what led to that point? Yeah. Because majority of the time, most officers are not going to just fling people out of their vehicles. Majority. There are some. I'm not discrediting that because I've seen some, I know some and things like that. I know that. But majority of the people they're just people. They're trying to go home just like everybody else. They're just trying to do their job. It's more of a respect thing that we as a people need to have a better respect level for people that are quote unquote above us or are authority figures over us. But a lot of that gets tossed out the window, especially if you don't have father figures to teach you that, or if you don't have people around you to teach you that. And once again, that's just another emotional reaction. Because, like I said, he was already on 10 by the time he got pulled over. What you pulling me over for? Like,
he started out like that.
You got pulled over. You knew you was doing something. Majority of the time, you know that you're doing something. Cops tend to not pull you over like all the time just for no reason.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's not discounting the ones that do. Because, like I said, I've been in Oakland. I had a couple of them happen to me as well. But majority of the time, you did something. Like the funny thing about it is if you actually acknowledge it and just be real with them, like, hey man, yeah, I blew that light, or I didn't stop at the stop sign.
For sure.
A lot of them be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna let you off with a warning, or you know, I still gotta write you this ticket, and they just go about your day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what's the worst case scenario? You get a ticket. So what? pay the $50.
Right.
It's not worth getting your car bashed in and tossed out the window and things like. It's not worth all that. It's just like calm down, be cool. He or she may have done something wrong to you. Okay, whatever. Let me just get this ticket and be on my way, and then we'll handle this in court.
I feel like it's so refreshing for the police officer for you to actually just be compliant that they usually just will let you go.
100%. I've had that happen to me too. Even when I was like a teenager driving around at night with all black windows and stuff like that, and it's like they be like, because the majority of them don't even really want to do it.
Right.
That's the truth. Most of them, they be like, I don't even feel like doing this, but I know I got to pull this kid over because I ran a stop sign and like I was in. Like Charger, I thought I was cool because I was a rental car too. It was nice. It was all black tinted windows and everything like that. And then I just jumped out and sped off and having to do it in front of a cop car, pulled me over and everything like that. And he was like, man, because he asked for my ID, didn't give me any issues, like yet. And then one of the things I also learned as well is how you handle those situations as well. You don't just start reaching, especially in this society now. You don't just start reaching. I was always taught to actually just tell them what I'm doing first, so that they're already not on a high alert. Because like I said, I'm in a black car with black windows. Like they don't know what I'm doing in there. So I just rolled the windows down. I was like, okay, sir, you want my license? My license in my right side pocket. I'm gonna go reach for it and I'm gonna grab it and give it to you. And he was like, okay, let's go ahead. So he knows what I'm about to do. So I gave it to him. Saw that at the time I was actually in college. He was like, oh, you're from out of state? I was like, yeah, I'm back home for break. He was like, so it really sucked to give you a ticket right now. I was like, yeah, because, college students ain't got money. So he was like, yeah, he kind of laughed at it. He was all right. But he was like, man, next time just be careful when you're driving around. This was at night, too. So once again, it's one of those scenarios. I'm at night driving around, but the situation could have escalated if I decided to handle it a totally different way. But I was like, just respectful, like, yes, sir, no, sir, just stuff like that. Once you show respect, majority of people will show you respect back. Yeah. Especially if you're dealing with cops, if you're dealing with elderly, or anybody. Like, if you show respect, most people will reciprocate that respect.
100%. I got a story like that that's a little bit personal. I got pulled over recently for driving without a sticker. I didn't have a sticker. That's why they pulled me over. I was in the city, right?
Oh, yeah, they definitely don't get you for that.
Yeah, they pulled me over for not having the sticker. I made it like a month without getting that sticker. But they pulled me over in the city, and I also have an expired driver's license.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
Double whammy right there.
Yeah, I had an expired driver's license, but the police officer walked up to the door, and he said, okay, can I get your license? And actually, no, I didn't know I had an expired license until I gave it to him, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he came back. He was like, so you don't have a sticker and your license is expired. Do you have any firearms in the car? And I was like, actually, the exact opposite. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, well, I was checked in a psych ward a little while ago. And then he was like, all right, I'll let you go. I swear that's true. He's like, all right, I'll let you go. You sound like you're going through enough.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because, like, it's building off what you said. I agree with everything you said, by the way. Because, like, most people, I think, forget the fact that, like, say, cops are just humans, too. And most of them are just doing a job. And if they're pulling you over, a lot of times, like I said, they don't even really want to do it. But, it's just another person just fulfilling, like, whatever civic duty that they have. And it's like a lot of times, even when you're interacting with any type of person anywhere, whether it's like a store clerk, a librarian, a doctor, if you show someone mutual respect and they, that they're showing you, people are going to be more inclined to just give you the benefit of the doubt. So a lot of times it's like if you have a situation where like you feel like, okay, I don't feel like I should be being pulled over by the cop, whether you agree or disagree with it, you're going to put yourself in a lot better position to get out of this, in a favorable position by just complying regardless. Because it's like if you did something wrong, own up to it. And a lot of times they're going to respect that and just, in my personal experiences too, more cases than not. I mean, I've gotten tickets for things I've done, but it's like there's sometimes where it's like, hey, I'm just being honest. I tell them like, yeah, I was going a little bit faster than I should have. Or like, I missed a stop sign. That's my bad. They'll just give you a warning, be like, okay, man, don't do it again. Like, they respect the honesty. They respect, like, the straightforwardness. Yeah. A lot of times people aren't going to be there just to screw you over.
Yeah.
The only time, like I said, you get an incident like this, and, we can look at the first camera angle, but in the first one, it just shows kind of the part where they start with breaking his window.
Exactly.
And, but then when they release the officer side, it's kind of what I kind of figured. Because, like I said, rarely you're just going to run into a cop who's just, like, anxious to, like, at a traffic stop, like, I'm going to bust this guy's window out. I'm going to drag him out. I'm going to punch him in the face. I'm going to make the most out of this thing.
Yeah.
Because, one, my brother, he's actually a state trooper, but it's like, you know, what you know how much work that is for them.
Yeah.
At that point, to
That's
like
a lot
you
of
want to
work.
take something that could easily be a stop and go, and I can get back to watching TV,
Eating
and
donuts.
Exactly, do whatever you was
yeah,
doing.
do whatever you were doing. To have to do a bunch of paperwork because I wanted to drag this guy on the ground. Like
it's not
most
even
people aren't gonna operate like
It's not
that.
even just the paperwork. It's like then I gotta exert all this physical exertion just to
Yeah.
force you down. Like,
Yeah,
dog,
and you don't know what might happen after that.
Yeah.
And it's just like I think, like I said, if you have videos like this, and I'm agreeing. I never like to see, like when people of our community have to basically kind of get brutalized or like be some level of an example for the society. But I think you're doing a disservice if you don't spread the right message and tell people like, well, this is an example of what you don't do though. Because if more people kind of realize that there's context to these situations, don't take it face value and realize that, teach the right lessons when you're in these conversations, it'll be better for us overall.
Yeah, no, 100%, because it's like we continue to perpetuate certain stereotypes, certain things by doing these things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we as a people definitely need to grow and stop. I would just say stop being so emotional with everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where I feel like as a people we're very stagnant with reacting emotionally out of everything versus taking a step back and utilizing logic and the
Yeah, just
God-given
emotional
intellect.
maturity.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just given this God-given intellect that we have, because we can be very intellectual if we want to be. It's just like we need to grow. I hate to use the term grow up, but it's kind of like that. It's like we just have to mature.
Yeah.
We can't keep holding on to certain things, and it's like the more we hold on to that, the further back we continue to go as a people. And it's just like we have to stop blaming people for certain things and start really looking in the mirror and being like, okay, what can I do to change the situation? I might be in the worst possible situation ever, but what did I do to either get in this, or even if I wasn't involved in getting in this, what can I do to change my mindset on this and try to move forward past this point?
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, we have a lot of people that get stuck in a certain mindset, which it happens because a lot of things happen is very traumatic. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to move forward. You have to progress. If you don't move forward, you stay stagnant. And being stagnant actually isn't even being a real thing. You're just moving backwards. You're constantly moving backwards because everything keeps going forward.
That's true.
So
yeah, if time doesn't stop for you, then you're just being left behind.
Yeah, you're just being left behind at the end of the day. It's like you need to progress. That's basically what life is about, progression.
Facts.
Yes.
I feel like I know we have like some other videos, but I feel like now might be a good time for the not the Q&A,
The
Ask Men, yeah.
Yeah,
what were the other videos? Were they important?
Oh, let's see.
What time are we at?
Actually, we had I think it was just one or two more that we compared us to. One is and then there was just the one that I think you shared after that. You click on the one right up this tab real quick just so I can see what it is.
This one.
Yeah, because there's two Ask Men, and this one is kind of like an Ask Men
Segue.
question disguised as the video. So we just got one more video, really.
Okay.
Cool.
You do this one?
Not this one, the one before it. It's just this one's kind of like more of this like a fun one. So here's why honesty is good. This is why you don't lie to people because you put yourself in a position to look really stupid. And I think this is one that's kind of a perfect example of it.
Hey, excuse me? Is that y'all's right there?
Yes. No. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
What you mean you don't think so? Give me my money?
You said, is that yours?
I said, is it yours? Because I was checking to see.
Stop.
What do you mean stop? Stop what?
Give me the money.
What are you going to do?
Give me the money.
You ain't going
money. What are you hey,
Assault!
He's taking my give me money.
She assaulted?
Hey, hello. He's taking my money. I'm not kidding. Give me the money.
She assaulted.
Hello. Hey,
this is
took my money.
I didn't take her money.
Give me
this
the
is
fucking,
mine.
No, it's not.
No.
Sit down. And let them come and
What the?
sit the on the floor.
Give me the
Who the
money.
You hear me?
Who
Sit
the-
on the floor.
What the?
Sit on the floor.
Are you a cop?
Security's gonna be
Oh,
here.
good.
Just a
I can't
second.
wait.
Security.
Security.
Give me the money.
I ain't giving you.
They can
Security.
see.
Okay, wait.
Sit on the floor before I
Don't
go
let him
on.
run
Oh, what are you gonna do? You see this? Exactly what I thought.
Security.
What?
See what?
You ain't gonna do.
Give me the money.
You know I'm Golden Gloves boxer, right? I ain't gonna give you.
Yes, security.
She assaulted me.
Hello?
She assaulted me. You gonna go to jail tonight,
I
man.
assaulted you? No, I
He was gonna threaten me too.
give me the money.
Hey, no.
The tone's changed.
Get on the floor.
Ah, got your ass. Fake. You got. This fake. Take it. That shit said motion picture purposes. That shit got you. You lied on you. You in 4K. Yeah, that shit's fake. Read it. Read it. Read it. Open it.
No.
Oh, really? So you got fake money? So you got fake money? So you got fake money in your purse?
Are you serious?
Yeah, am I serious? Yeah.
Get out of here.
So maybe you should stop lying and open it. Open it. Oh, look at you. You assaulted me too. I can't wait to press charges.
But he's got your money on him.
Oh, really?
He gave you a fake bill.
I don't. Oh, really?
This guy's still trying to push it.
Welcome to the show. Oh, really? How did I switch it then? How did I switch it? Oh, I have her money. This guy's drunk. Somebody take this guy home in the cop car. Got your ass on video lying too. See your ass on YouTube. Ah, got him.
There you go. That's why you don't lie. You know, don't pretend you drop money.
I don't know. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I feel like one, she's an old lady, and two,
she wasn't that old.
She ain't that old.
Oh, I can't really. I'm blind.
She wasn't.
No.
That old.
Well, whatever. Anyway, she's a gambling addict, and
He's a gambling addict. God, they got all these, they got all these problems. Yeah.
she's a gambling addict. She was sitting there. He did walk up and say, "Is that your money?" It was literally she was the last person, so the money could have actually fallen from something she had. And
there's a high chance she knows it's not her money.
Yeah,
there's a high
Very
chance of
high
that.
chance.
There's a chance of that,
Yeah,
but there's also
absolutely.
the chance that she just thought she dropped some money actually, because either way, it's clearly not his.
Yeah.
Clearly not his.
I give you that.
Well, I can see by the but the thing is like she's fighting as though she knows for sure it's hers when there's got to
confident.
be a level of like
Slight bit of doubt, right?
Yeah,
This gives me this gives me the Carton Arc vibe though.
Yeah.
I hate this.
He doesn't like this guy.
Let's be honest.
No, he was definitely goading a reaction. I can't say like he wasn't like he has a film set up. This
trying
is
to
the
make
point
a
of it.
viral
But
video, and he made
but I
one,
think
yeah.
it does play on like the human condition of like because she her ego got in the way of just being honest and being like, okay, that's probably not my $100 bill. But I know, but based on how he set it up, she's like, I know it's not his. And I know I can leverage the fact that like, he looks more like a person that would steal money than me being a person that would lie about, about it.
Split-second stuff.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, she knew what she was doing at
she's a
some
woman calling
point,
for
but
help. She knows what she's doing.
calling for help, trying to make a scene out of it, because at the end of the day, she's just like, whether it's my money or not, I feel like I have a good chance of getting that $100, anyway.
Yeah.
Versus, especially after it's revealed to be fake, she wasn't gonna own up to it, like, because now she's just arguing about a fake $100 bill that she's like was swearing up and down was hers.
I guess to me, the only reason I would defend her is because it just feels so unrealistic, like for her not to actually believe it was hers. Because like to make that big of a stink is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's extremely ridiculous
she
to
found
the
out
point
it was
where
fake,
she
yeah.
probably does actually think it's hers.
She could have,
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like if that happened to me, it'd be like, okay, that's probably not mine, but what if it is mine? I feel like my mind would start to like create
what if,
like, well, you could have dropped it. Though.
Yeah, justifying
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's like if you actually drop, like if you were walking outside and you dropped $10, bro, I need my $10. I'm going to go look for my $10. She probably could have went and checked her purse and looked through it for the money. Like, did I lose $100? But nah.
But if you know damn well you didn't have no money, and then that happened, okay, yeah, you wrong.
Yeah,
you know that.
yeah. I think that the moral part of it is predicated on whether she knew if she had it or not. Because if a guy comes up to me and I don't know how much money I had in my wallet, I just know I probably had some money, and he's like, "Oh, is that yours?" and then grabs it, then I would think to myself like, "Well, wait a second, what if that was mine?"
Yeah,
so I can, I can get the reaction, but then, like I said, the part where I'm like, okay, her own selfishness took over is like, after it's revealed to be fake, to still kind of stand on like your anger is at that
Right.
point. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, at that point, it's like, well,
she just didn't want to be made a fool.
yeah, now
in
you just
front
don't want to look silly because
Yeah.
like there was a part, there's probably a part of her maybe that was like, I could walk away from this because it might not be mine, but yeah,
I don't
you
want
know,
to run that risk.
Getting,
Oh, no,
yeah,
I just-
exactly.
I
Getting
just-
that far into it, now I have to stand by it.
I hate this culture of embarrassing people on the
Yeah,
internet.
it's-
It's
Yeah,
so
no, it's-
terrible.
It's horrible.
It is.
Yeah.
But she should have stuck to it. She should have, even when she found out it was fake.
Yeah, I do have
That's
a-
mine, man. Give me that, man.
Yeah,
That's
play it
mine.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
was
is my fake 100. That's
I
what
was in a
arguing
movie. I was
for.
just in a movie earlier.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I carry
Like-
prop money with me all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly. She should have.
That one meant a lot to me.
Yeah, she should have just held on to that and just kept going. Like, yes, argued
Yeah.
the whole way, and then, oh boy, it came out of nowhere. That dude, yeah. he
No,
was
that
somewhere.
see,
Yeah,
that's the
that's
part
what
that
I'm
was like that bothered me a little bit is
That's
the
when
fact
he
that
saw
like
something.
all these people just came out of nowhere and immediately just took her side, which I can get it
That's
optics
the
wise.
society
but
that we live in.
yeah, but because like even after the dude was like it's fake and the girl was ready to kind of back off it, the one dude came in is like no, he switched it out, and I'm just like so he's just gonna make this real. Like he's so
Exactly.
invested now, he's just gonna make this
it all
real.
I didn't know
like-
he said that.
You know,
Yeah.
he did. He was like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he
cool.
was
Yeah,
like,
he
yeah, no, he
swapped it out.
swapped it out. That's why I do was like, when would I have time to switch it out?
Yeah.
Y'all both came at me. When would I have been able to do that? It wouldn't make sense. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's actually disgusting how quickly he believed that.
Yeah.
And then you think of like politics and all that. And it's like it's just real strange.
That
Oh,
is
man,
true.
It's like, oh my God, it took this guy 3 seconds to get on this girl's side.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like he
Disturbing.
made a
Very
split-second
disturbing.
decision with like extremely limited amount of information and was ready to fight for it.
And we did
And
that
that's
all
how.
the time, unfortunately.
And think about that's how people
Disturbing.
Sit on
make
the
political
ground.
decisions.
I just like how your dude was yelling, just sit on the ground.
Yeah, like,
Oh, yeah.
like, bro, what?
Yeah, like,
Fuck, even if it wasn't my money, I'm
I'm
not
not
just
listening
gonna
to you.
just listen to you and
It's
sit
making
on
a-
the ground.
Okay, sir.
he's making a citizen's arrest.
And he was drunk.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Really?
nah, bro, get up out of here, man.
Probably
Yeah.
was
Go ahead, go
drunk,
back on over there, man.
Really, he should sit on the ground because he was intoxicated.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, I think we should go to the Yes Men.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, let's wrap it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Yeah, we're getting to the last. So the last segment is we take a couple questions and pretty much just try to give advice. Ask men questions. These are questions that are basically come from Reddit. It's like people, whether it's like young men, women who want to get an insight on how guys think about certain things. Basically, just asking men like, what do you think? And so we like to take those questions and answer them for our audience. So this one, it's kind of let's see. So here's one. It's what's the harsh truth about being a man that no one warned you about? So I don't know if anyone wants to tackle that at first. I know they give a little like a little whole thing in the bottom to give context, but basically that's the gist of it.
I would say a woman's purpose isn't necessarily to comfort you. I was kind of raised thinking that women are like supposed to be like comfort, like obviously they're people, like they're not like necessarily
be
just to be
concubines.
used for. I'm not saying like in a
No,
sexual way. I'm just
Yeah.
saying like a woman will be your peace.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like a woman can be your peace. And then I operated under that dynamic for a long time, thinking like, oh, well, she's gonna make me feel better, or this is gonna improve
Gonna
how
be a
I.
little princess,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
Nice
this,
little-
this,
see what
this
you're
is
saying.
this is gonna be like, this is gonna make me feel like better. Like
Yeah.
being with this woman will make me feel better. But no, it's like no, I still feel bad. Like
You're
in a lot of
still working
situations,
it.
you just still feel bad, but now you're with somebody. I feel like my homies, like you guys, are probably a lot more better. Like they're a lot better for me finding peace.
Yeah.
God is obviously the best for me having peace, but like just the peace of having a discussion with your friends that you actually know are your friends has a lot more value than well, it depends on the relationship, I guess, but I don't know, it's tough.
Yeah. Well, I kind
Talking
of see
to
what
a
you're
woman.
saying because like this is like when I had my first girlfriend. I remember like there's like that feeling like it's especially when when there's like intimacy involved too, that you
talk
can
about
you
some things.
yeah like you almost feel like this like being with this girl could almost like solve all your like problems in a sense of like emotional.
Yeah, it's
like
just,
I'm
like,
gonna
immature,
I'm
though.
gonna get this and then everything's just gonna kind of work itself out. I'm gonna be happy. That's all I kind of need. And there's like you said, kind of like this level, I guess, of like I don't want to say dependence, but you think it's going to solve all your problems, but then you don't realize, I guess, until you're really in it that like this is another person that also can invite another slew of issues, another slew of responsibilities, that it doesn't turn out to be like that thing where it's like this person was gonna fill this void I had in my life. It's like this is just another person that you've taken on essentially.
Yeah, so
I
that's
guess
my
see it
answer
like
basically.
That.
Nick, how do you feel about that?
The harsh truth about being a man that no one warned you about.
I guess what you're thinking on, I could say, I almost want to say that one harsh truth is that work is going to be a lot of like, and maybe this isn't just exclusive to men, but it's like there's a lot of maintenance and a lot of like hard times involved in like kind of growing into manhood, where it's like you're not always going to be happy, and a lot of times the thing that kind of pushes you through to the next day is going to be a lot of discipline, and a lot of I guess a lot of patience, because it's like I guess especially when you're younger, you think being an adult is going to be a thing where it's like I'm going to have my own freedom, and you probably would start off, I think, with a level of thinking that, when I'm an adult and I can make my own decision, things are going to be kind of easier, because I don't have to live under anyone else's authority. But you realize that, especially as a man, a lot of life, you're going to spend it, working, having to, manage your, a lot of things in your own life, a lot of maintenance, a lot of like trial and error, a lot of failures, and just kind of like growing from that. But it is like, I think, a lot of hardship, like the level of hardship that comes with really being a man and like a responsible man is a journey that I think is like riddled with more more hardship that I think people really like delve into when you're actually getting there.
I agree.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, because I would agree with some of that, because I think from my perspective, I would definitely say that it can, like, for a man, it definitely can be lonely after a certain point in time, especially if you're doing a lot of work and everything like that. Let's say you are working or married or whatever, and you know that it's up to you to either provide for financially or provide emotionally. You're the main person that has to do a lot of providing, but not necessarily get it reciprocated a lot of times.
Yeah.
So from the harsh truth that I would definitely say that nobody will like warn anybody about is how much you would have to give, and also understand that it may not come back to you.
Yeah, that's kind of linked to mine.
That's really good.
That's linked to mine.
Because so even like, for example, like, because I'm married and I have kids, I love my family. I'm not saying I don't love them at all. I do whatever I need to do for them regardless. But just even when you're just growing up as a young man, you learn that from when you're a teenager. You're like, a lot of things that a lot of people like attribute men for is like the stuff that you can do. If you don't do something, then all of a sudden you're not that great of a man for whatever reason. That's how society unfortunately views men in general. They view us for the things that we
material
can,
stuff.
Exactly.
That
we can provide.
That would be mine.
Or even like emotion, whatever it is, but we rarely get it reciprocated. And a lot of times we do have things that are thankless.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people do take that for granted. And unfortunately, we've had people, especially in the past, men, that they don't get thanked, they don't get anything reciprocated till after they're gone.
Yeah.
And that's part of the harsh reality that a lot of men deal with. But obviously, times are a little bit changing. People are actually starting to acknowledge it a little bit more. But I would definitely say, even growing up, I was taught a lot of this stuff, but it's something different when you're actually going through it.
Yeah.
So when you're going through it, I understand. I felt the loneliness before. I don't necessarily feel it now because I have my family, I have God, and everything like that. I don't feel it as much like I used to when I was younger. But now it's like I understand the sacrifices that have to be made. I understand the hard decisions. Like, for example, with my grandfather, with certain things, I understand these harsh decisions. And when I actually got, like, me and my father reconciled and everything like that, I actually understood some of his viewpoint of certain things. So it's just like, just knowing that, yes, you can have people with you, you can have friends with you, you can have family with you, you can have your wife with you, you can have your kids with you, you can have God with you and everything like that. But you still have this aspect that a lot of times you're just not going to be thanked for a lot of things.
Yeah. And
you have to understand that, and it's okay, because you don't have to be. And just learning to deal with that and handle that, and knowing that it's not necessarily a bad thing, it just means that you are kind of actually important in this.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Lisa?
That's more or less mine. Like, you're not like equal to your output, but it's like you damn near are the sum of what you're producing. Like, that's how people are going to judge you.
Yeah, you're worth.
So.
You're only worth as much as you can give out, basically.
As much as you can carry.
As worth as people can physically see.
Yeah.
That's what they'll judge you on way more often than your intelligence, your brain, you know, how you think.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I feel like I learned that pretty early, though, because, like, it's like high school, like middle school, you get judged based on what you do, mostly.
Yeah.
People don't ask you who you are. They just judge you completely from the outside.
Yeah.
I got you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think it's just a different level when you actually can sense it now.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I was just throwing that in
I got you.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think like the minor difference between like the adolescence of going through that and the adulthood is like adolescence. There's still like superficial metrics that you can like still like be judged on a little bit. Like could be appearance, how you dress, maybe knowledge of arbitrary things. Like maybe you're the sports guy in school or something like that. Maybe you're the best dressed. Whereas like when you're an adult, then it becomes like a lot more tangible. Where it's like you're only as good as like the things you have. You know, you're only as good as like what you can actually provide for the this person.
How I put it is like it feels for just based on what Lizzie said. Like how I feel is the people that. Like in adolescence, I guess you expect it to stop. You expect people to stop judging you based on just that. Mm-hmm. But then you find out that adults are even more immature and naive.
Lower.
Well, yeah, man. As a kid, you're not even working. You're not. Yeah. You're just enjoying your life.
You're just
like you got the Pokemon. Like who has the best Pokemon cards?
You're just
you know what I'm
playing.
saying?
Yeah. You're not even thinking about anything.
You're not even a real man at that point. So it's like, it's different.
Well, some would beg to differ, but
that's true. Yeah, depending on where you come from.
And I think like a small summary of like what I was thinking too is that as a man, I think another thing you grow up and realize that you're gonna have to get used to being unappreciated for the things you do.
Yeah,
a lot of times, yes. Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, that's like what Nick was saying.
Mm-hmm, sure. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Rosev, man, what you got?
No, I agree with what y'all saying. You know, y'all
you don't got one
on a real topic. No, I mean that's what I would have said.
That's what he would say.
To be honest,
Okay.
I think we all would have said the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Let's speed run the next one because I'm starving to death.
Okay. This one should be. So this one is, and this one could be quick. I know this person basically just gave a thing. Why does walking away from a guy who mocked me into a potential fight feel so humiliating? I feel like less of a man. Basically, the thing of his question, or like the basis of his question is that like he had an altercation at a store where he accidentally bumped into a guy, said he was sorry, and then the guy, basically was just like, mocking him, saying, I'm sorry. And then he like bumped him back, and then he did it again. And then instead of like, I guess, confronting the situation, the dude chose to walk away from it, but then felt like, he felt bad, humiliated, and was like, does that make me, a pussy or a coward?
Let me give that a take because I think that it's just because he doesn't have confidence in himself because that would never make me feel any type. I'd be like, this guy's a complete idiot. Why would I put myself at risk over some stupid bully in a store?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think like it's and nothing against the guy. I think his actions were right, but I think like his feelings about it is like a level of insecurity because maybe he believes he's not the most assertive person, but it's like
it's something deeper.
Well,
it's like and that you can probably work on, but like the actions were correct because like being like a tough person or assertive or anything isn't like determined by like how many pointless fights you can get into. It's like basically being measured enough to like make the right decision or to not compromise like your life for the sake of your ego.
It's not about being an outlaw.
Yeah, being an outlaw.
He did the right thing. Sometimes it's not even worth it because you don't know what could have happened.
Yeah.
Like the measure of a real man is not how many fights you can get into. It's usually understanding that you are, I don't know if you can fight or not, but it's usually understanding that you are dangerous and you have the mindset that if you need to, you can kill if you need to for whatever reason, but you choose not to.
Exactly.
Yeah, logic over emotion.
Yeah, that's a real measure of a real man being able to actually control your emotions, like we were talking about earlier. Like
those some Jordan Peterson bars right there.
Yeah. Yeah, but absolutely. I'm just saying it is. But it's the truth. It's like you don't have to fight every single body. You don't have to fight everybody.
Yeah.
Especially a street fight because anything can happen.
I haven't been in a fight in 20 years, and I'm proud of it.
No, you want to be measured enough to realize that like it's important to pick your battles. Not every fight is worth fighting, like you said. And
some battles are though.
Some battles are.
Some battles could be.
There are some cases where you have to fight, and there's nothing that you can do about it. But your goal is not to fight to like try to completely destroy the person outside of if you really need to. It's really I'm trying to defend myself and get back because at the end of the day, I don't want to sit here and deal with the headache of the police coming, somebody getting arrested. I don't want to deal with all that. And it also depends on the scenario. If you're by yourself versus if you're with your family or with your girl or whatever, that's something totally different. But yeah, he did the right thing. He's just not secure in certain things that he's got going on.
I got a question for you then.
What's up?
Real quick. So you're with your family and this happens to you. Would you fight him? You wouldn't, right?
No.
Okay, I was wondering if it actually makes a difference because there's still no reason to fight this guy.
No, there's no reason to fight him. Now, if he had came from my wife or my kids, that's something totally different.
That's completely different.
Now it's like, okay, now you're crossing the boundary. Now, because my job as a father and as a husband
is to not let that
happen. To not let that happen and to make sure that they're secure. Because I go into a whole different mindset when it's my family affected. Now it's like, okay, with me, whatever. I don't feel like fighting you. But if you're like, okay, now my wife's uncomfortable or my kids are uncomfortable. Okay, now you cross the line. Now
it's like the dynamic of like getting punked. You know what I'm saying? Like, is getting punked enough for you to put yourself in physical danger?
No, I don't really care about it because at the end of the day, it's like I know I'm not a punk.
Right.
It's just one, like we were talking about. It's his insecurities in himself. It's like I'm not a punk, but it's like we can go there if we want to, but I don't. I'm choosing not to.
Yeah.
But I'm not a punk whatsoever. So
yeah, that's why. Like I said, the basis is always going to go back to just like being secure in yourself because. Like you said, as a man, if you're protecting somebody, it's because like your family. If that someone's threatening your family, obviously you're gonna switch what mode you go into because it's like I want them to feel safe and secure. If a person is trying to punk you, but you know if it escalates anywhere, I can handle myself. There's no shame in walking away because it's like I never felt insecure. I never felt like if things got there, I couldn't handle it. But why push it there if I don't need to?
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well
said.
We want to close this one out?
I think we're good. Let me just finish off with just a couple things. Nick, where can people find you at?
Oh, well, basically, you can find me on my social media pages. I got an Instagram account called FGNM for Life. And then I got a Facebook account as well called FGNN or FGNM as well. You can find me and follow me on there. And then you can even go to the website, www.feargodnotmanlifewear.com, and check out the merch. Check it out, see what you like, and then right now, because I know we got a discount for online only, 10%. If you make a purchase, just put in FGNM 2025 as a discount code. Take full advantage of it. But right now that's where you'll find me just promoting the business and making sure that I do what I know the Lord told me to do.
There you go, guys.
All right, guys. Well, Nick, thank you for joining us on My Black Friends podcast. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for helping with the bringing Zoe to Christ.
One day,
sir. One of these days.
I'm on my way.
I appreciate it for taking the time to actually allow me to come over here and everything like that because this is you didn't have to. Point blank period. And I just appreciate it.
No, it's been a great episode. Man. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime.
Yes.
Anybody else got some closing thoughts, or we good to go?
No, I'm good.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching this episode of My Black Friends podcast. You can find us on all social media platforms at, well, technically The Cold Podcast because we haven't switched the socials yet. But one day it'll be My Black Podcast. Patreon, $5 a month gets you access to whatever's going to be there. And, we'll be black next week.
All right, everyone. Peace.